Man, what's going on, everybody? Welcome in on this here Sardine Sunday.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't never, and I say has never gonna believe this right here.
Believe what? I come in here.
Now she
like
pop in sometime. She'll pop in sometime, but around oh
Hey y'all. Hey everybody.
hey sweet pea.
Hey.
What you doing in here?
I'm chilling on it.
On Sardine Sunday?
Yeah. I'll be back and forth maybe, but yeah, I'm here.
Oh wow.
I'm here.
You here?
How y'all doing, everybody?
What going on, family? How y'all doing? Welcome in, welcome in. My
Happy
goodness.
Jumapili to everyone.
Ndio ni Jumapili Sunday na Kiswahili. So welcome in. Thank y'all for being here on this here Sardine Sunday. Bam. So that's what we're gonna get into today. Very similar to the first ones that we not the first ones, so these are tropical again. Pick these up over here. They are import because it's hard getting sardines over here. Ain't really a part of the culture. Canadian style and olive oil. Last time they was in soya.
And soya oil
with
chilies.
With chilies.
Yeah.
With chilies. Yeah, they had them little peppers with them.
Mm-hmm.
But thank y'all for being here, y'all. You know, most of the time, Sardine Sunday might have a topic. It might be kind of freestyle. It might be whatever. But this here particular Sardine Sunday, we doing something a little bit different because all of y'all invited. I'm giving y'all time to get y'all sardines together and slide on through. But we're gonna have my man Ray official coming up with us today. And yeah, we had a real interesting conversation, man. Just a real phenomenal dude and had an interesting life. Good people and just, we'll get to that when we get to it because I don't know if he gonna have somebody with him when he come up or not, but I'm hoping so because it is an absolutely it's wow.
Whatever you think it is, badass. Whatever you think it is.
What happened? Oh,
that's what's in my glass.
Oh, I thought that was grape juice. Welch's.
I said whatever you think it is.
Yeah.
You infer what you like.
Right. Because y'all know how I stay high. This is just water.
Yeah.
Water. Or
it's tinted water. Is it tea?
Green
maybe?
tea.
Ah.
Green tea.
That's
what that is. That's what I'm drinking. Green tea.
Right.
Look here. Who official J member? Official.
Wow. You put all that together.
Official J member.
Dang,
official J Mia.
Yes.
Official J Mia. Thank you for becoming a new member again.
Thank you.
Thank you, sis. We appreciate you. Shout out to you, baby girl. Much love to mama.
Yep.
And the family and everybody. We appreciate y'all being in here. Wote sana. Everyone. Shout out. I'm gonna speak to everybody in the chat, and as I always do, I'm gonna ask y'all, especially since I think Ray in the chat, so he'll be able to come up today. Anybody else who want to come up and partake of this sardine medley, you ain't gotta have sardines. You can come up if you based off the conversation, but we encourage people. If you're on the fence and you like, I don't know about these sardines. I'm intrigued by them, but maybe I give them a shot, man. Y'all come up here and bust open your can of sardines.
Just try them. They not all bad.
They ain't all bad. Thank you, sweet pea. If she can say that, oh my God.
Some of them I can't do, but
there is hope. There's hope.
Try. You should try.
Yeah. So we got who said?
She said.
She said. What's up? She said. How you doing, family?
Welcome
you better get in here and enjoy yourself. Hey, Shanna.
Hey, Shanna.
What's up, Shanna? Shanna Ewing, Ray, and my man, like I said. What's up, Ray?
Ray officials up in here.
Hey, Ray.
Hey, Ray.
Why you so bad? Y'all remember that off what was it? Scary Movie?
Scary Movie 2.
Scary Movie 2.
Yeah.
Hey, Ray. That's a throwback movie. That's old movie. We got Ray in here, Shanna, Grammys Journal, how you doing?
Journal, welcome in.
Welcome in, welcome in. And of course, my man, Badass 9-3 Stan out there in Tennessee. Tennessee. I'm pretty sure it's Tennessee. I'm 100% it's Tennessee. What's
up, Nightbot?
What's up, Nightbot and family? All the little bits. The Nightbot cheering. Uncle G.
Hey, that's
what's going on? How y'all doing, family?
Welcome in.
Y'all better get in here and enjoy yourself. I see something. There you go. What's up, Jason? What's going on, bro? How you doing? Jason? Welcome in. I haven't, because I didn't. Did you see? I got to get over and catch up with Jason. We got to catch up with Jason because he dropped something. What, day before yesterday?
I think it was. When did we go? It was day before yesterday, I think.
Yeah, we've been out of town, so we still playing catch up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, because everywhere we was didn't have Wi-Fi, and it was even good cell reception, so it's been kind of complicated. We still on that catch up train right now. But y'all make sure y'all get over there and support Jason as well, and each other. But y'all already know what it is, man. Hashtag BCIAC into the chat.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. That's how it works. Bud Files, what's up, Bud Files? How y'all doing, family?
Welcome in.
Yeah, Miss Deborah Garrett, how you doing, young lady?
Better Deborah Garrett,
get in here and enjoy yourself. Miss Tamika Davis, how you doing?
Hey, Tamika,
welcome. Okay, I knew it, man. Tennessee. I'm gonna kill you. And all your people.
I hope you get it.
I am. If y'all hear me.
Yeah. Hey, Don people, welcome in.
What's up, Don people? I got to put what Uncle G said up there. Pleasant sardines.
That's not Uncle G.
That's Don people. My goodness. Hey, don't judge me. Y'all keep living. Wait till you get my age and see if you don't get discombobulated sometime. Just keep on living. Said Pleasant Sardines Day on this satisfying Sunday. Everyone, please, yourself with this awesome couple. Thank you, family. We appreciate that. We appreciate the love. Thank you. Who else we got off in here? Everybody speaking. Badass, put that hashtag in front of it, bro.
Uncle G said he got his sardines ready.
Okay.
Sardines and hot sauce ready.
Sardines and hot sauce. I ain't got my sardine fork, cause y'all can see I got a regular full size kitchen fork. But
you use the little fork for your sardines?
I use little fork for me. That's the sardine fork,
I didn't
baby.
Even see that.
Some people have class.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Gotta have your little
pank out.
Your little sardine.
Yeah, my little fork for my sardine. Yeah.
I love it.
Badass said we had a huge storm come through last night. Through last Sunday, man, there's a ton of trees down. I made a video. Okay, I definitely go check that out, bro.
Y'all be safe.
Man, be safe, stay safe, and take care of yourself. And for real. And that's a good reason to always be prepared and have something to nibble on in your house.
Yep.
Hey, Miss Sandra, living a full life. How you doing?
Welcome in.
Welcome.
Liz B. What's
up, Liz B? Speaking of cooking.
Checking in while she at work, I think that's what it said. Yep.
Okay. And whoever that is, I can't understand the Arabic. I can't, but welcome in. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Sorry, I can't understand you, but if you put your name and now something, we can acknowledge you a little bit more proper. Like, yeah, Liz B over there cooking, man. I told y'all the other day, y'all check out. Was that yesterday? That was yesterday. My goodness. Yeah, that was yesterday. Y'all check out Liz B journey last video. At least that's the last one I seen. Where she over there making them pork chops and fish. Yes. That's right, Ray. I got to put that pinky finger out, especially for the little folk. Well, that's good. Y'all wasn't there, bro. I mean, I hate his trees everywhere. I hope that none of yours get messed up too much. But man, yeah, it's weather. The weather.
The
weather has been crazy. It stay crazy. So thank y'all, everybody sharing this live out, man. If you haven't, please do. And like you see other people doing, like Badass did, Liz B, you drop, Uncle G, y'all drop it, Shanna, Jason, everybody. Hashtag BCIAC. What they stand for, Sweet B?
Being country in another country.
Being country in another country. You're adorable.
Whatever. You like the middle.
Whatever. Nobody meddling you. I'm finna go ahead before we get into this too deep. I had a few things I want to talk about real quick. On this here Saturday Sunday, y'all don't forget that on the 8th, Hype-thon.
Hype-thon.
I don't think, to the best of my knowledge, I don't think that all the slots are completely filled. So please, if you're interested in getting that hour or two, if you're a content creator and you want to showcase yourself to a larger audience, get folks to come over and support you and check it. It's like a combination of a follow train and a doggone live-a-thon. You know what I'm saying? It's a hype-a-thon. And everybody just go from channel to channel to channel, supporting one another. Shout out to Motivation from the Weightlifting Geek for putting this together. Find you a spot.
Yep. You can go to theweightliftinggeek.com and click on Hype-a-thon, and the schedule will open up in your time zone, and then you can pick a slot. So whatever's left. So
yeah. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Yes. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get this here link dropped. Cause man, I'm telling you, me and Ray had a real good conversation. I was like, bruh, I'm going live tomorrow, so you might as well slide on in. Y'all go to the link. The link is in the chat. Whenever you are ready. I really would like to speak with Ray first. Uncle G said he got his sardines. Now, if you telling the truth, I'm gonna chop it up with Ray for a little bit, and after that, man, it's open. Anybody who want to come up and
come fellowship and break sardines.
I like that. Come break sardines.
What's up? Eat money
on the beat. What's up, family? How you doing? How is you?
Yeah, bring your sardines, and then you can talk about them.
That's right.
Tell people about them.
Yes. Thank you for being here. Okay, we got some lovely people back here, man. Y'all, let's get into this. Let's get into this.
Hi.
How you doing, Mr. Ray? How y'all doing this morning?
Doing all right. How y'all doing?
Well, thank you.
Good.
It's so good to have y'all over here. I'm now I see Ray all the time. But you, young lady, how are you doing? I'm Jay, and this is April, my wife.
I'm Sean.
Sean.
Pleasure to meet you,
Sean.
Nice to meet you. Pleasure to meet you.
I'm doing well today.
You said what?
I'm doing well today. I'm doing really
good. Wow. So last night, this person next to you, this guy, we got into just a super deep, really good conversation. This is like one of them good grown man conversations, and we started to converse about this and about that. And I really don't have too much. We don't have too much query at this point. I want to properly welcome you both to Sardine Sunday.
Yes.
And I want to give my brother here a chance to, as well as you both of y'all to introduce yourselves. And Ray, you can kind of get into how we was talking about what we was talking about and take it from there.
Well, we were just, randomly talking, and then I was telling you about when you had that conversation and you're talking about donors, and somebody has said something about, they don't believe in, donating organs and stuff like that, and, I told you I wanted to step in because, she's a recipient of an organ, and I'm not talking about, like no minor organ or nothing like that, which is really not a minor organ, but it was something major with her, so I said, see if I can get her up here, and we'll talk about it and everything, and you agreed to it and all. So I actually convinced her to get on. So she said, "Look."
He didn't tell me about it until almost 5 o'clock yesterday evening.
Well, that's what.
Well, thank you for being here.
Yes,
thank you for
so
being
much.
here. We appreciate it, and I mean, I'm just happy, and it's a blessing for you to be in a good state.
Yes.
In my opinion, no probing questions, nothing in depth, nothing that y'all don't want to discuss or share. So we pretty much handing the floor over to both of you with regards to that topic or anything else that y'all want to talk about. We might ask a few questions here or there. If y'all see some questions in the chat that you want to answer or respond to, feel free. And if not, you ain't got to do that either. But I'm gonna speak to Big Daddy Beard Gaming Promotions just came in. What's up, brother? And please, y'all go ahead. The floor is y'all.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll start off with what happened.
Yes, ma'am.
About in 2005, I started with a cough randomly. Thought it was asthma. Was using all kind of inhalers and going to different pulmonologists and things like that, and things just weren't getting better. And it got to a point where I couldn't even walk maybe 40 feet without having to stop and catch my breath. So I then began to go to other facilities like MCV in Richmond and places like that, trying to figure out what was wrong. And by the time I got there, I had progressed to having pulmonary hypertension, which is a high pressure in the lungs that causes your heart to then enlarge. And it affects the way that your heart starts to pump the blood to other organs. I also came down with pneumonia. And they decided to do all of these bronchoscopies, and they were going in and doing biopsies, and my lungs just kept scarring, and they couldn't figure out what the problem was. So I was on high doses of steroids for about a year, and which caused me to then gain like 70 pounds. And that was putting more pressure on things because you're retaining food and you're doing all of those things. So everything you try to treat it with was giving you another side effect, that was causing more problems. By the time I got to MCV, they said to me, you have pulmonary hypertension, pulmonary fibrosis, which is scarring of the lung, and the right side of my heart has started to enlarge. So they then said, oh, well, we'll give you a pump that you have to insert into your side and continuously feed you medication that will then keep the pressures low in the lungs. But if this pump runs out and you don't refill it fast enough, you can die. So I walked around with this pump for 3 years.
My goodness.
Yeah, for 3 years I had the pump. And whenever I would have to insert the mechanism into my stomach, I was down and in the bed for about 7 days. And then I would have a good 2 weeks of being okay and then down again. So got there and they told me, you have about 3 years to live with pulmonary hypertension. They told me I wasn't a candidate for a lung transplant at that point because I wasn't sick enough. You have to be sick enough, but not too sick where you can't survive the transplant. So it's you're having to weigh everything. So they told me I could consider going to Duke University in North Carolina to see if I could qualify for their transplant list. But the downside to that would have been we had to then move to North Carolina and live there because I was too far away and distance-wise to get there in time for the transplant. So we talked about it and he was like, well, let's go ahead and see what they say. Well, they were supposed to send my records to Duke, but my records accidentally came to the house. And being a nurse myself, I decided to read through and just see what were they saying about it?
Mm-hmm.
And basically, the doctors had said, given up. She's just not going to be okay. We give her about 3 years.
Wow.
They were just basically giving me medications to see what would work, what would not work, or whatever. So it was just like I was just thrown out there. So that night, I told him, I said, I'm going online and I'm going to research myself and see what I can find out. If there was a facility that was willing to take me on and at least get me started with testing for transplant. And then eventually I could get on the transplant list or whatever needed to be done. So I researched and I found this facility up here near us in Fairfax. And this doctor had been nominated for all these awards, and they had done all of these transplants and had done one of the first double lung transplants back in the early 90s. And so I called them, and when I called them that Monday, they had me scheduled that Thursday to come in. But
Wow.
by this time, like I said, I was on oxygen 24/7, had to quit my job. I couldn't really stay home by myself because I couldn't even bathe myself by myself without getting out of breath and feeling like I was going to pass out.
Right.
So we went up there. They kept me there all day. They did all this testing, everything they could possibly do, they did that day. And they told me, they said, you're a great candidate for a lung transplant.
Oh,
Um, you
man.
don't know exactly what caused it, but they did find out that I had sarcoidosis also, which is an autoimmune disease that causes lymph nodules and stuff in different organs. And it
Mm-hmm.
mostly affects Black people. Um, and that's the thing about it is my family has an array of autoimmune diseases. And
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know, because you know how we do. It affects somebody over here, and they go, "Oh, we really don't know what it was, but you know, it was probably because they
Just
smoked."
kind of brush it over.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
brush it off. They never want to talk about what the issue is. So we don't know to look out for these things as we get older, or to check them to make sure our
Right.
children don't have it.
Right.
So I wound up with sarcoidosis, which I'll never be rid of.
Right.
Yeah.
It can still affect this new lung, but there's medications for that. So they did all the testing, found out I was a transplant, a good person, recipient for a transplant. So I got listed 2011 was when I was listed for a transplant.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to remember, originally they told me 3 years was when you could probably suspect that you're going to start going downward, and there's
Right.
really nothing we can do for you at that point. So I
Right.
got listed. We moved up here in 2012, and I don't know if he shared with you about his job offering at that time.
Yeah. What had happened, she was completely against, the whole transplant thing, she's because
Mm-hmm.
being a nurse and reading, she's like, no, because I'm not gonna, if I get the transplant, I only have like 3 years and I don't want to do that, you know,
No,
Right.
5 years.
5 years.
Yeah. So she was like, I
And
don't
the
want to do
possibility of rejection.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lungs, because they're open to the air and
Mm-hmm.
you're
Yes.
breathing all the time, you're
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
susceptible to anything. So any little thing, we get it.
Yeah.
Right.
So I still wear a mask in public, around
Understood.
crowds, things like that. But
Miss Sean, real
Mm-hmm.
quick, and Ray as well. For everybody who don't know who this is, yes, I know it looked like a Friday fave. It's not. This is my brother Ray and his lovely wife, Miss Sean. Took the time to come up here and share a very powerful story and set of
Yes.
circumstances. Gina, I see you come in.
Hey, Gina.
Gina versus Gina.
Hey, Blues Clues. Welcome
Blues
in.
Clues, Unbiased LLC.
Bye.
Uh, I'm not trying to ignore anybody, but I'm absolutely compelled with this whole conversation right here, and I'm grateful for all the love of and the courage to
Right.
share this, because everybody go through stuff, but everybody don't always speak on what they go through.
no.
And thank you, Miss Shawn, for having the courage. I ain't gonna interrupt you no more.
Oh no, you're you're fine. But you
Yeah.
know,
So at the time, like I said, she was completely against it. And I was working down in Hampton Roads area, if you're familiar with Virginia. So I was in the Hampton Roads area. My job came up and said, they needed people to transfer from Hampton Roads up to Fairfax. Now, take it like she was saying, we were having to run up here every
for
once
the
a
first
month.
time it was every 2 weeks, and then it became once a month.
Yeah, so every 2 weeks we were making, would make a 3-hour drive up here, go to the doctor, sit at the doctor's all day and stuff, and then come back. And then they told her that if she has the transplant, then we were going to have to, or she was going to have to stay up here for how long?
2 months.
For 2 months, So my job came and said, hey, look, we need a couple of people to transfer up to Northern Virginia. And this was just out the blue, So I came and told her, I said, hey, they need people, to transfer up north. I said, this might be a sign, and she's like, well, nah, cause still against it and everything, and, it got to the point where, she started to kind of accept it and said, well, you know what, let's do that. So we transferred up here, my job transferred us up here, which, like I said, worked out perfect for us because, at the time, trying to maintain a household down in Hampton Roads in an apartment, a hotel or whatever up here. I mean, financially, man, that would have killed us,
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah. So, we end up transferring up here and everything. And, then I handed back over to her, got up here and, she started going through the process. So back to you.
Well, at the time I was still against the transplant, and the doctors knew I was against it. I said, if I have 3 years to live without getting a transplant, 5 years possibly with a transplant. So I said, I could just go ahead and continue to do like I'm doing instead of going through all of that and possibly only having 5 years. Now, statistically, 50%, maybe 53% are still alive at 5 years after a lung transplant. And it continuously trends down the further out you get. So, being a nurse, your nurse mind goes to the worst all the time. It never starts with the best thing, unless it's a patient.
Right.
You give them the best statistics.
Yeah.
But for yourself, you go to the worst first and you backtrack,
exactly.
possible scenario. So I kept saying, I don't know about this. And the doctors were pleading with me, please, you would do really well. I didn't have any other issues other than lung issue. Now we got my heart stuff under control pretty quickly. Once I got on the pump, once I got on the new medication, the heart started to get back to its normal size, started pumping like it was supposed to. So then that put me on the right track to getting the transplant. So one particular day, we had to go to an appointment, and we stopped that morning at a McDonald's like 2.5 hours away from the hospital. My dad was with us, and I could barely walk by this time. I had oxygen on. I was on a high volume of oxygen. I was moving slowly. And that particular morning, they went in to get breakfast, and I said, oh my God, I forgot to tell him something, and he left his phone in the car. So I got out of the car, went in the McDonald's. I walked in, and he goes, what are you doing? I'm saying, oh, I needed to tell you something. By this time, I feel somebody tapping me on the shoulder behind me. I turn around, and it's this guy who looks like he's homeless. And he goes, ma'am, are you sick? And I said, yes. He said, well, I'm praying for you. He said, I pray that everything goes well for you and you get better. And I said, I thank you so much. He says, no problem. Now, I'm standing there talking to him. I look up, this man is gone. I said, well, where did he go?
Wow.
He said, I don't know, maybe he went outside. I said,
which we didn't, because me and her
we didn't
dad was
see
there.
him anywhere.
We didn't see whoever she was talking to.
Anywhere.
Wow.
Man.
It was weird. It was weird.
I get in the car and I'm sitting in the back seat and I'm going, okay. And all of a sudden it hit me. Angels come in many shapes, forms, or whatever. We don't know if he was an angel in disguise, just blessing me that morning or whatever.
Yes.
So on the way to the hospital, I'm thinking about it. And so we get to the hospital, and I wasn't supposed to be there that morning at that time. I was supposed to be at another facility, but I had the dates and times mixed up.
Mm.
So we're sitting there and they go, well, stay here. We'll see you anyway. I said, okay. The waiting room is full of people. And I'm like, why is it so crowded in here? So we sit there and people start talking to me and they're going, are you on the list? Have you been transplanted yet? No, I'm thinking about it. I don't know what I want to do. So it was 3 different people that were sitting there talking to me. I got transplanted 12 years ago. I got transplanted 18 years ago. Wow.
Wow.
And I'm sitting there listening to everybody, and they're like, do it for yourself. You'll be okay. I was just like you, but look at me now. And I'm going, wow, I was supposed to be here this morning. So my dad looks at me and he starts crying. And I said, why are you crying? He goes, please allow them to help you. I don't want to lose you. And he looks at me and he goes, don't you want to do this? And I said, I don't know. I don't know. What if I don't live like them? What if I don't, do as well as they did? So all of these people now became my friends through this whole process. We all stayed in touch. They were calling me when I got transplanted. It was amazing. So I go in the back that morning and the doctor said, have you decided anything? And I go, okay, I'll do it. And you should have seen the looks on their faces like, oh,
right.
Thank you.
Like she finally gonna bite.
Yeah. And so we did move.
Miss Shawn, hold on one more time. Official J, I gotta tell you what folk in the chat says. Folk in the chat got chills. Hey, and Dale Homestead and Abina, thank you for being here, sister. We appreciate you. Grammy's Journal. She said she also sick, but not sick enough. That's a whole set of circumstances to be caught up in because I know it's true. J3GS Farm, thank you for being here, brother. Y'all, this is Sardine Sunday, and we got Ray Official and his lovely, lovely wife, Miss Shawn and Ray, up here telling their story. And my goodness, this when you first started talking about you said a man that looked like he homeless, tapped you on your shoulder. I knew this is my first time meeting Miss Shawn, y'all. I don't know her. I ain't never seen her before in my life. Right. But I knew you were gonna say, where did he go? I just because it's done happened to people before. And those who eyes are open will see, and those who have ears that are willing to listen will hear. I just had to throw that in there real quick, but please go ahead, Miss Shawn.
Yes, so I decided to get transplanted.
One more thing. I'm sorry, I forgot to do something. If y'all in here listening to this and y'all ain't shared this out yet, first off, shame on you. Secondly, go share it out and then come back. Now I'm finished. Go ahead, Miss Shawn.
So I decided to go ahead and get listed. I had to do pulmonary rehab 3 times a week. And mind you, like I said, I couldn't even walk far. But I would he would take me to pulmonary rehab and they would have me hooked up to all these machines and they would watch me walk and exercise and do the rowing machine and all of this. And I was determined to do what I needed to do, not just for myself, but because of him and for our 2 daughters. At the time, all I kept playing in my head was, if I'm not here, what will they do? You know, my
Right.
youngest at the time was in 8th grade,
Mm-hmm.
and our oldest was out of high school and in college, but she still needed me, you know.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So every day when I go, I have to go. And even if I don't get a transplant or I don't make it, at least they knew.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's all right.
At least they knew I tried.
Mm.
I wanted them to always remember that, that no matter what, I tried.
Yes,
Yes.
You have
ma'am.
no control over what God has in store for you. And although I prayed and I trusted and I believed, I knew it was ultimately whatever God saw fit for me. But deep down, I knew that I was going to be okay either way. It didn't
Oh, that's
matter,
it.
Right.
you know,
That's it.
whether it was here or whether I was no longer here. I knew it was going to be okay. And I
Yes,
accepted
ma'am.
that. I accepted that. So I pushed, and he kept saying, "You have such a hard time, and I hate seeing you this way." And I kept saying, "It's gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay." And there were days where I thought, I can't keep doing this, but when you look at your family, you have to keep
Mm.
doing what you need to do. And so this went on for about a year and a half, and then I got my first phone call for a transplant. And unfortunately, that wasn't a viable lung. I got the call before I even left the house. You know, don't you can't come. This is not going to work out.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Second time, we got all the way there. That was actually Obama's second inauguration day. We
Mm-hmm.
got the phone call, and we get there, and we're there all day.
I
And they
think you
kept,
actually got on the table and
yeah,
everything. Yeah.
they kept postponing the transplant because they had another emergency. And we're sitting there, and we got there at like 12 o'clock that afternoon. And then at about 6 o'clock that evening, we'll get to you at about 8 o'clock. The surgery is going to happen. Then 8 o'clock came, it'll be 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock came, it's going to be midnight. I kept saying, what in the world is happening? They come in, they said, we're ready. They take me into the OR. Everybody's in there, and I've never seen that many instruments and stuff in my life and that many people ready for
Mm-hmm.
a surgery on all my nursing experience. And the anesthesiologist was standing above my head, and he says, "Can I pray with you?" And I said, "Of course." So he starts to pray, and everybody circles around me, and they're holding hands and they're praying. And I said, "Okay, it's going to be fine." Before he could put the mask on my face to tell me to breathe in and fall asleep, another person walks in and taps him and whispers something. And he goes, "Miss Fisher, I'm sorry to have to tell you, we can't do the surgery. Your,
Oh my
your donor has pneumonia.
Mm.
God.
And if we give you that lung, you wouldn't make it through the night."
Mm.
And I was
Mm.
like, what? I got that close, and this is what happens. And I cried so bad.
Mm-hmm.
And we get back to the room, and my doctor walks in, and she sits on a stool, and she pushes up to the table, to the bed, and she goes, "Do you believe in God?" And I said, "Of course." She said, "God was looking out for you." She said, "If we had given you that lung when we were supposed to earlier today, we would be burying you in the next
Mm.
couple of days." She said, "You wouldn't have made it through the night." She
Mm.
said, "So God was with you the entire time." She said the postponing of because of all the other stuff made them able to catch it before
Right.
they gave it to me. And I went, wow, this is as sad as I am, it showed
Mm-hmm.
me another side that God was still there.
Yes.
And so we went home. I said, well, I don't know, how much longer it's going to take. But by the time a few months had passed, that was in January. In June of that year, no, in May of that year, they told me I needed to double list at another hospital, a UVA in Charlottesville. And I said, I'll see. Well, their protocol was something totally different. They wanted to do a double lung instead of a single lung. And I'll explain to you why it made a difference for me. I have really bad acid reflux. So when you reflux really badly, it tends to reflux mostly into the right lung instead of the left. So Inova had told me it was better to go ahead and do a left lung transplant for me and leave my native lung, the right one, where it is. And that way I had a better chance of survival and a better chance of long term, doing well long term. So when UVA said, oh, we only do double lung transplants, I said, I don't like that. So I said, you know what? I'm going to stick with Inova. So Inova said, but if you don't double list, there's a chance you might not get a lung in time. And I'm telling you, if you don't get a lung by the end of this year, you won't see next year. I said, I'm going to have to take my chance. My dad stood in the room like, what? And I said, I have to take my chance. I'm not going to go through a transplant like that serious, to die right after. If I'm going to do it, I want to live. So, and so he said, I don't know why you're doing this, and as a parent, I get it, but I had to try to make him understand. So I told him, no, I'm not doing it. I'll stick with you guys. So by the time June came around, that was the 19th of June, actually, I was laying in bed that morning and I couldn't get up. I was so sick. By this time, I had 2 tanks of oxygen on my back whenever I would walk around, or I was hooked up to the one at home, and I had to keep it on the highest amount of oxygen. And then I had a compressor that went across my neck that actually helped push it up even faster for me so that I could breathe. And that morning, my daughter looked at me and she said, Mom, can we go to lunch today? And I said, ooh, sure, we can go.
Oh, we still here. We still here. Go ahead.
I said, ooh, sure, we can go. And I said, give me another hour. I laid there another hour. She said, what about now? I said, give me another hour. By the time I realized it, I said, I'm not going to make it to the end of the week. And I didn't want to tell anybody that. I kept it to myself. And when I got up, I sat on the side of the bed. I called my dad and I said, Dad, I'm not feeling good. He said, what's the matter? And I just started crying and I started telling him all the stuff that I wanted to say. And then I got off the phone. And then I called him up and I said, I'm not feeling well today. Something's not right. I'm not feeling well. He said, well, calm down, lay down, rest yourself. He said, maybe you'll get your call today to get your transplant. I said, whatever. And I hung up the phone. You know how we do as wives. You're not understanding. I don't want to talk to you.
That. Yeah.
And so I just got off the phone. I'm like, he is so, ooh. And I was just angry. And so I sat on the side of the bed and my daughter said, are you going to get dressed? And I said, yeah. And I went to get up and the phone rang. And I looked and it was the hospital. I said, what are they calling me for? And I answered and I go, hello. And my coordinator goes, Sean, what are you doing? And I said, getting ready to get dressed. She said, have you eaten yet today? I said, no, I was getting ready to go to lunch. And she said, well, don't eat. We think we have a lung for you. The perfect lung for you.
Wow.
And I said, "What? Are you serious?" And she goes, "Yes." She said, and she starts crying. She says, "We know this is the one for you, Sean." And I had told them not to tell me about my donor. And she automatically just starts talking. She's 14. She made this decision on her own, and her parents are okay with it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't want to hear that. And so she goes, I'm sorry, but I'm just so excited. She said, can you be here in 3 hours? And I said,
My
I
God.
sure can. I sure can. And I called him back and I said, the hospital just called. They need me there in 3 hours. He said, I told you. And I said, yeah. And I said, I'll
Wow.
see you soon. And I hung up the phone. And it took all of my energy to get dressed. And we
Yes,
got to
ma'am.
the hospital, and I walked in with 2 tanks of oxygen on, all the way up to the 4th floor. And when I got there, they were like, what are you doing? I said, I just want this over with. I'm just tired. And they took me straight in the room and started getting me all set up. And we sat there, and he said, it's going to be fine. It's going to be all right. But I had already said to myself, even if it's not, that's okay too. I wasn't nervous. I wasn't scared. I just knew it was going to be okay. And so when they came to get me, they had him and my dad, they came in, and he kissed me on the forehead and he said, I'm going to see you soon. And I said, okay. Now we get back into the OR. The same group of people from the last time are standing around, same anesthesiologist. And he goes, you're back. And I go, yeah. And he says, it's going to be all right. And I said, I know. So the doctor walks in and he goes, what music do you want to listen to? I said, whatever you have. He said, no, you tell me. I said, well, put on jazz. He said, jazz, you got it. And he stood there and he said, what can I do for you? Tell me what you want me to do for you. And I said, I want you to bring me back to my kids and my husband. He said, that I will do. He said, so you relax and everything's going to be okay. They put me to sleep. I don't know what happened after that.
Right.
I
It's
was
called
in,
anesthesia.
I was they kept me sedated for like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I wasn't breathing well on my own yet.
Mm-hmm.
So every time they would bring me around, they said, nope, she's not breathing well. Back to sleep again. And when I woke up, it was on the 4th day after surgery. And I was still having a difficult time. And this went on for days. So they found out I had blood clots around the lung. So they had to get a chest surgeon in to go in and get all the blood clots out. They
Mm-hmm.
thought
Right.
I was going to breathe well after that. Didn't happen. They built back up again. And the following Monday after that, I had to go back into surgery again. And I had told him that
Wow.
day.
Did they give like Kudamin or anything, the
Yes, I
thinners
was
they had
doing
to
heparin
thinners.
shots. I was doing
Right.
heparin shots at the time.
Okay.
And they were going in to get all the clots out and clean up behind the lung and all of that. And that day, when they decided they had to do a third surgery,
Wow.
I was sitting in the bed and he walks in and I'm sitting straight up. And they had been giving me all this Lasix and stuff to help me clean out my
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
kidneys and clear out my bladder. And I was retaining a lot of fluid. And I kept wetting myself. And I was so upset. And I sat there and I looked at him and I said, I'm not doing third surgery. I said, I'm tired. And he said, please don't say that. I said, I can't do this anymore. It was embarrassing and it was just a lot. And I said, I'm not signing the paperwork to do it again. So the doctor comes in, he goes, Miss Fisher, you really need to sign this paperwork. We can do this. We can make it better for you. And I said, I can't do it. I'm tired. I said, y'all just need to let me go. I'm tired.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know he was in the hallway. The doctor was out there with him. He's crying. My daughter's crying. And then my oldest daughter calls for me. And she goes, Mom, please just do this for us. At least try. And so when she said that, I said, okay, I'll do it. And I signed the paperwork and I asked the doctor, I said, the only thing I asked of you is this. When I wake up, I don't have a ventilator. I hate the ventilator. He said, the only way to keep you off the ventilator is I'm not going to be able to give you strong pain medicine. We're going to have to wake you up and it's going to be painful for you. I said, I'd rather deal with the pain than the ventilator. I had been on the ventilator for so long and waking up and can't talk and you're trying to swallow and there was suction in me and I'm wide awake the whole time. It was just traumatic for me. So he said, okay, I promise you, you won't be on the ventilator. They did the surgery. I woke up, then I had kidney failure. Then my bladder wasn't working. And it was all of these other things that kept coming behind it. And so they're treating me for all of this other stuff. And the pain was terrible. And then I acted up that night and called 911. I don't know what I was doing. It was a whole lot going on. But I thought they were trying to kidnap me and I wanted him to come back and get me. But it was a side effect of waking me up so fast from the surgery. And after that, it took about 2 days before I started breathing pretty good on my own. But I wound up staying in the hospital for 2 months. I had to learn how to walk all over again. I couldn't do anything for myself or anything. And I had tubes in my side. I had stuff in my neck. I had tubes down my nose. I had stuff everywhere. And they had me up walking with a walker and people surrounding me to keep me from falling, to teach me how to walk all over again. And it took another, I'd say, month and a half. Yeah, a month and a half for me. And I still wasn't walking when I left. I had to come home to occupational therapy, physical therapy. I had to go to rehab. I had to do all of this to get myself back to, the state that I was in before. And it took about 6 months before I got completely back to myself. But saying all of that, and, I've had some ups and downs since that. I've had pneumonia, been in the hospital. I've had a couple of acute rejections and had to be on medication and high doses of steroids. But saying all of that, 10-year anniversary was June 20th.
Wow.
And I'm still here. So it's amazing.
Yeah,
Coming from, I might not live to see 5 years to I'm here 10 years later. So you just never know what God has in store for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Whew, man.
Recently had some stuff
I
to
talk
go.
a lot. I'm trying to keep myself together. I'm trying to. No, it's hard for it's so much of what you described. We lived through in the last couple of years. My mother, and one of her ailments was the severe COPD,
Yes.
oxygen, kidney failure, off and on the ventilators.
My goodness.
Go ahead, baby.
Shauna, I did want to ask. I know you were out of it, but how long was the initial surgery?
8 hours.
Wow.
They said my lung was so scarred that they literally had to scrape it from around the ribs. And it took them a while to get the lung out.
Right.
And the easy part was putting the new one in. And the good thing, they keep saying, because I was 39 when I had it. And because I was in really good shape physically, and my donor was young, they think that played a big part in it, in how well I've done.
Right.
And the fact that I'm really conscious about how I live, if anyone's sick, I'm not going around you, and people do tell me, oh, I've had a cold recently or, whatever. And I go, oh, okay. And I know to stay home. I wear my mask. I'm really careful about a lot of things. And I try to do what they ask me to do. I'm really up on my medications,
Yeah.
and whatever they ask of me, that's what I try to do. And I realize that, that plays a big part in how you live and how long you'll live. I've lost all of my friends that I met in the beginning of all of this. And
Wow.
the most recent one was Christmas. And it's hard because you start thinking, is it me next?
Mm-hmm.
But then I remember one of them telling me, my journey is not your journey.
Right.
That's it.
And you're going to be fine. And, you go through that guilt of, why am I doing so well and they didn't?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But God has a plan for everyone. And I'm trying to embrace that. It's still hard,
Of course.
especially even when you think about your donor being 14 and not getting the opportunity that I've had. And I pray about that often.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm
Uh,
thankful. I'm thankful because she didn't have to make that decision.
right. This this life done taught me a lot in my 40 some years. It's
Mm-hmm.
always somebody else's turn. And in this moment, I just want to say real quick, as an encouragement, folk, y'all be mindful of something that on your day that your fries was too cold, so you cussing folk out. Somebody might have accidentally pulled out just a little bit too far in front of you, and you ready to get out and throw hands. Somebody wasn't polite enough when you walked into their establishment, and you got folk living through this right here. You never know what people going through. They
No.
might smile, they might be quiet, but you don't know what people out here living through. I choose to be good as I can be, and as good as folk will let me be to them.
Mhm.
But Miss Shawn, I could never thank you enough for sharing what you said, because I know it's got to be blessing somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel a certain something because it wasn't directly lung related, but it was lung associated along with a whole bunch of other organs and issues.
Mhm.
And while you was talking, I'm sitting here.
It's okay.
I know a fighter when I see one. And boy, my mama fought.
Mhm.
And to hear you saying what you saying and come out on the other side.
Mhm.
Uh, go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
Ooh, trying to gather myself too.
We're gonna have to get to these sardines here in a minute, ain't we? I wanna
Oh,
say hey to everybody
yeah.
who I got blues in here still. Sunshine the Sunset with Rashonda.
Hey,
Welcome in,
sunshine,
sister. Miss
sunset.
Andale still in here.
Hello, hello.
Official J Mia. If I missed anybody, y'all, we
We apologize.
apologize. We just kind of been Gina versus Gina. Everybody, y'all still in here. Um, no pressure, but I encourage y'all to share this amazing story out if you feel so inclined to. Because my God,
Right. Sean, I want to ask,
Mhm.
how do you feel about organ donation now? Are you do you Do you share your story with many people
Yes,
talking about the importance of organ donation?
yes. I've been to a few schools, and talked to kids that are going to school to become EMTs and want to become doctors and stuff. I also have been, both of us have been to hospitals and had people sign up for organ donation. Once they hear your story, they're willing to, more willing to sign up. I try to get people to understand that, and I know this is how some people feel. Oh, if I get in a car accident, they're not going to save me. They're going to, let me die because they want to get
Right.
my organs or whatever. And that's not the truth. There's an
No,
actual database that everyone goes into once you're listed, and if you're a donor who is in a hospital and dying. Um, and it matches you. The database matches you by all of these different stats that they're looking for.
right,
Um, and a lot of it I didn't even know. Like my height and weight was a determination about which lung I would get. You can't put my husband's lung in me because his lung is too big for my rib cage.
Mm-hmm.
right,
So more than, like they told me I would need someone who was shorter or a kid or, small in stature or whatever. And you don't know these things until you start getting into the whole transplant regimen that they use.
right,
It has to be a tissue type match, a blood type match. You have to be well up on the list and sick enough to need it. Um,
right,
it's a lot of things that goes into it. So they're not just out there taking body parts from people and deciding that we're going to try to save, just anyone. They
right.
really work at trying to save you. And then there's living donors. You can give a kidney, you can give a liver.
Mm-hmm.
People don't realize with the liver, you can give a portion of your liver, and both
It's regenerative.
yeah,
Right,
Yeah.
both people will regenerate their liver in 2
right.
weeks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's things like that that people need to be more aware of.
Mm-hmm.
The doctors are not choosing who the lungs or heart or whatever goes to. This is something that pulls up in a database, and people are actually matching, calling these facilities and saying, "Hey, we have this donor over here that matches your patient over there. Would you be willing to take this organ?"
Right,
And if you decide that it's not viable enough, then they go on to the next person that pops up in the database.
mhm.
So they're not out here just stealing your body parts. You
Right,
know,
Right.
and
Right.
but and statistically, people of color are less likely to get an organ transplant,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
only because we don't have enough people of color donating organs.
Right. Right.
We're more likely to match up with a person of color as far as blood type, because some blood types are more prominent in some races than others. So
mm-hmm.
people have to
Right.
know all of that also.
Right,
Right. Right.
Um, you know, so these are the things you have to think about. If it's your own family member, how desperate you would be for them to
right,
live. So you have to think,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
can't do anything with it once you're gone.
Yep.
You
right,
know,
Yeah.
right.
And
You
that's like,
know, I could. Oh, go ahead, Ray. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that's like, you hear a lot of our people say that they're not trying to save black people. Black people are not getting these organs and stuff. When that day that she went to the doctor, to the hospital and showed up, early or on the wrong day or whatever that was, um, there was a whole bunch of people in there that looked like us that had transplants, lung
mhm,
transplants, not
Mm-hmm.
heart or anything like. We're talking about lung transplant. And
Right.
we know quite a few, people of color who have had, transplants,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So, like I said, when you had that live a few weeks ago, and I'm looking at it, and
Yeah.
saying
Yeah.
certain things, I mean, it actually, I wanted to come in, but I was like, you know what? It's not the time for me to come in. I said, because
Now
I was here.
that's what I was
I
gonna get to.
know what she
That's
went
what I
through.
was gonna get to. Right. Yeah, I wish you had came up, but I'm glad we get an opportunity to have this discussion and share this conversation now, because that's the reason why we have these types of conversations, to get not only opposing sides, but people who may be indifferent, people who may be completely oblivious to the need and the necessity of organ donation, and I have to be honest. you stirred something in me because I was I even admit it. I changed my driver's license a few years back because of my skepticism, uh, and the reluctance to the same things you just mentioned. What are they gonna do? Who are they gonna treat me fairly? Will I be given full medical, acknowledgement in my moment of need, or am I a potential viable, donor? Or you just gonna let me? You gonna let me crash out so you can get my what you need? But with that, before y'all responded, I want to say something. Miss Sean, you wasn't there. I don't know. You could have been listening. I didn't see you. Me and Ray was out in the garage. We were chopping it
Yeah,
up.
I wasn't. Yeah.
Okay, and uh, I have a new fondness because Ray been around for a while, and he always been good people. But when we kind of got over into this part of this conversation, um, just his expression, his tone, the look on his face, that man love you. And I can't help but love a man that love his wife.
Right.
The way that he spoke, the not intensity, but it's just you could tell when a man take his wife real seriously. He take you real seriously, and
And I
that do
appreciate
something
that.
to me. Well, good. I guess he alright. He alright. Look at him sitting over there looking all. I'm surprised he's smiling. But no, I really, y'all, he really is a good guy. Y'all a beautiful, amazing
y'all
couple.
are. Yeah, y'all
And
Thank you. Thank you.
I would love to have this conversation with you again at some point, because I think this is something that needs to be revisited. Um,
Who is that?
I go ahead, bro.
No,
No.
someone.
I'm sitting there reading something from old Crazy Billy.
Oh, please respond. Please respond, man. If y'all see anything over in the chat that y'all want to discuss, because I see one or two that I want to
Sean, I did want to ask you because you said, I know that was major surgery, and it takes a lot to recover. And I know it's about 3 to 6 months. What was your recovery like? Because you had to learn how to walk again, and there was other
Yeah.
complications. So what was
Yeah.
your recovery?
It was difficult. First, you're learning how to breathe all over again. Number one, you think you're going to wake up and you're just going to know how to do that.
Yeah, I was going to
You
ask.
haven't been able to breathe on your own for so long. Your diaphragm and everything is different. So it was difficult for me to even stand up straight and breathe. I was so used to having to breathe with the oxygen and you wind up being more hunched over because it's such a hard thing for you to do to stand up straight when you can't breathe. And so my muscles and everything were so weak from laying in that bed for so long that when I finally stood up, it felt like an elephant was on me and I could not stand up straight. I couldn't do anything for myself. So to learn how to walk all over again, it took me about 2 months after I got home from the hospital. So they were coming to the house and we started off with, a walker, then a cane, and then we went to letting go of the cane to moving, without it, which was difficult for me to let go of. He knows that. Then it went to let's go outside and walk, and I kept just seeing myself like hitting the concrete or something. So you're just afraid the whole entire time. And then I had to learn how to get up the stairs again. People don't realize carrying your body weight upstairs when your muscles are weak is the most difficult thing to do. So it was like 2 steps today and then 3 steps, tomorrow. And you have to kind of work your way to that. Well, his thing was you have 2 weeks to get up those stairs and get into bed. And that's just how I feel about it. And he didn't want me to say that, but that's what he said.
But you made it up there.
You made it up there. Right. Sometimes you gotta push them. What's up, Educated Natural? Hey, we got Erica, My Fly Family, Erica. Billy, My Fly Family. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Please share this live out. And if you're just coming in, when you get time, go back and catch this from beginning, because this family here, my God.
Yeah. So I heard you say the date. I know that's a very special date you'll never forget. Do y'all celebrate that date? It's like a rebirth? Will y'all do anything
this
special?
year, unfortunately, was recovering and feeling bad. I had gallbladder surgery.
Oh.
Then I wound up with a bowel blockage and wound up in the hospital for 3 days prior to that date. So the weekend of Father's Day, I was in the hospital. And then my 10-year anniversary was that Tuesday. And I go, oh my God, today is my 10-year anniversary. It had totally slipped my mind because we were so busy with everything else. And he goes, man, it's been 10 years. Wow. And that's all we could say, because we were so glad that I was out of the hospital, you know.
Right.
It is a very important date for me. I tend to relive everything all over again and start thinking about where I was on this day. I remember the 4th of July. I was in the hospital and I couldn't even walk to get out of the room. And they wheeled me to the window to see the fireworks near the hospital. So that way I could at least feel like it was the 4th of July, you know? So start thinking about all these things that you took for granted before. And now you really, it becomes something special for you, you know?
Yes, ma'am.
And then tell them before you had your transplant, what you were praying to see.
Oh, I kept saying, well, while I was sick, my oldest daughter graduated from high school. And I kept saying to myself, now I got the youngest one who's 5 years younger than she is. And I go, okay, God, I have to see her graduate from high school also. And I want to see grandchildren. And you start asking for a little more and a little more. Well, and to say all of that, my oldest one graduated. I saw her. My youngest one graduated from high school in 2016. Then 2017, my first grandchild came from the oldest one. And I was in the delivery room for him, and it was amazing for me.
Wow.
And then I saw 2020, my youngest graduate from college. And now we have a second grandbaby coming from the youngest and her husband that's due in November. And so as I'm seeing all of this stuff unfold and come about, I start going, okay, God, I hear you. Now I'm going to ask for, can I see them graduate from high school and college? So you start adding, more things. I always tell him, and we had this discussion the other day, because I said, what would you do if I wasn't here? And he goes, I don't know what I would do. And I said, oh, you'll be all right. You'll probably find you a new wife and go on and do all the things that we weren't able to do or whatever. And he goes, that's not what it's about. I want to do it with you.
Right. That part.
You know.
Now that's how Ray was talking last night. That's how Ray, look here, I want y'all, man, for folk who really, really love their spouse or significant other or whatever, it ain't about just getting by in your absence. It's about the joy of your presence. It's about having you here with that. I tell this one all the time. We tell each other, man, if you've been together long enough, now, you know, I'm a little older than both of y'all, but when you get,
I'm like, what?
I had to think about that too.
Miss Sean, I'm telling you now. I'm telling you, I'm a little
older. I appreciate
that. And sometimes some of the little silly arguing, the little bickering, and why you leave this over here? Didn't I tell you? You got a limited amount of time to love on each other.
Right.
Let some of the little stuff go. Because what was little yesterday can be the biggest thing in your life tomorrow, and the biggest thing in your life yesterday could be the last thing you ever think about again.
Exactly.
So,
and that's what we try to do. I know I'm like a cleaning fanatic, so I'm always like, you need to do this and you need to do that. But then I sit down and I think, when it's all said and done, no one's going to walk in here and go, "Oh, the house was so clean." You know, they're not going to,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? It's just not gonna happen. Even like after I had the transplant, and they had told me that a lot of the medications I was on was gonna change a lot of things. You gain weight if you have to be on steroids. You have to do
Right,
all this. So
right.
you become so, I know I become so self-conscious of every little pound I gain or whatever. I'm like, oh, he must think I'm unattractive, or oh, he must find a problem with me. But then he'll go, I don't care if you were 500 pounds, I want you here.
I know
And,
that right.
and then after the transplant, my hair came out. I mean, the medication took all of my hair out, and my hair was down my back. And
Mm-hmm.
I cried and I cried, and I was like, I'm not taking this medication anymore. And I had an uncle who said to me, you could have been laying in your coffin and we would have been standing there crying, but no one was going to say, look how beautiful her hair was.
Amen.
Right.
We were
Amen.
going to say, we wish she was still here. He
Yes,
said,
ma'am.
so you embrace whatever it is, do what you have to do until your hair grows back, and you keep living. And I had to take that in and do that. It's been a lot of different things I've had to go through, and I know most men don't know about this, but some of the medication puts you in menopause, and women,
Mm-hmm.
you're already dealing with a lot as it is. And so
Mm-hmm.
things begin to change, and you start to feel like I'm not the woman I was, or
Mm-hmm.
why would he still want to be with me if all of this stuff is happening, or whatever. But then I had to think, I wouldn't leave him if it were him. I would have
Right.
I would have stayed stuck with him regardless.
Ooh.
So
When you
I
find
think
somebody who
that
equally yoked, yes, ma'am.
Yes. Yes.
When you
mhm,
find somebody who equally yoked and love you just as much as you love them, ain't it amazing?
It's a beautiful
mhm,
thing.
Ain't it amazing?
Yeah.
And I'm again, I'm over here fighting it because for y'all who coming in, what's up, Ghetto? Yeah, Ghetto
Hey,
was
ghetto.
backstage with Ghetto. No, Blues Clues, Erica, Billy, all of y'all, the educated natural, everybody who off in here. I didn't know this conversation was gonna go like this or be this deep, be this heavy. Um, it almost feel like I got to see what my mom would be able to say had she been on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you just said a dozen things, but even down to the hair, and then that's where the wife come in. I've said in lives on here before, I am a boy, I am a man. I don't, I can't do my mom. I can't do what my wife stepped up to do and come because yes, medication does change you hormonally.
mhm,
Medication does make your hair fall out. Uh, I'm gonna keep myself together. I remember one particular day, she was alluding to it. She didn't come right out and say it. And then my wife got off work, came home, and then went back up to the hospice center. And all my mama wanted that day was to just feel pretty.
mhm, mhm,
That's something I couldn't give her in that moment. Not the way she went out in the conversation and all the girl talking they were doing. I I'm gonna say again, for everybody who rewatched this and for everybody who in the chat right now, you got something to be grateful for. You got something to be grateful for.
mhm,
You got a whole lot of blessings you might be overlooking while you letting little rinky dink, unnecessary, won't matter 5 minutes from now stuff ruin your whole entire day. And you got people like this woman right here, Miss Shawn, and her husband, because when you go through stuff like that, you don't go through it by yourself. It affects everybody that love or give a damn about you. So revisit your feelings, revisit your emotions, revisit what's a big deal and what ain't a big deal, baby, because it's always somebody else's turn. So maybe, just maybe, I don't get in grown folk business, but humble yourself just a little bit and ask yourself if you will be strong enough to go through a quarter or a tenth of what this woman testified to today. because it's always somebody else's turn, baby. I'm sorry, Miss Sean. Y'all go ahead.
Oh no, it's okay. I mean, you said it all. It's a blessing. And I even have to remind myself sometimes when I feel like, and I'll tell him, oh, I feel guilty complaining, and he'll tell you, I rarely say I don't feel good. I can have my days and you will never know because I
Right.
keep pushing and I say, I feel bad saying that, I don't feel good today because there's somebody else out there that is probably worse or going through something else. But like I tell people, everybody's, you know, whatever is bothering you is important to you. And I never dismiss anyone's feelings or how they feel something or what they're going through. And I have friends that'll tell me, oh, I feel bad saying that I'm dealing with this today. It's just a cold and you've been through what you've been through. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's your time to say that you don't feel good today. And I'm okay
Yes,
with
ma'am.
that. It doesn't bother me. I feel guilty because I feel like all of my friends, my transplant friends, are gone.
Mm-hmm.
And it could have been me. And I keep trying to remind myself every day to be grateful. Be grateful. Get up in the morning and thank God. And I do. I sit on the side of the bed and I go, thank you.
Yes,
Um,
ma'am.
a lot of even my kids will say, I don't even realize sometimes what you have to do every day because people don't understand. I have to get up in the morning and I have to check my breathing. I have to do a spirometry test for myself and make sure my lungs are still functioning at capacity. I have to check my blood pressure. I have to check my temperature. I have to check my weight. And I have to keep track of all of this to make sure nothing's off and nothing's going wrong because any little dip in a number can mean something.
Mm-hmm.
So while he's downstairs working at 6:30 in the morning, I'm upstairs checking different things to make sure I'm on the right track that day.
Right.
And it never goes away. I could be talking to you guys and thinking about my medications I might have to take at what
Mm-hmm.
time. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about what I need to do before I go to bed to check my numbers all over again. Um, and I tell him, I said, I take 23 medications a day.
My
And I
God.
have to keep track of all of this stuff.
Right.
It never goes away. No matter
Mm-hmm.
how much I'm smiling and laughing, it's here.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So it's a different set of worries, but I feel better. So,
Yes.
I say it was a trade-off for something better. Um, Although I still worry about every little thing. I get a little pain here. I feel like my breathing's off here. And I go, ooh, I hope everything's okay. Let me go check this. Or let me go do this. But overall, I feel so blessed. And
Yes.
Yeah.
I thank my donor family
It's all right.
It's all right.
It's all right.
because they lost their baby. And I can't
It's all right.
imagine. I just can't imagine making that decision. But I'm so thankful. And her mom wasn't ready to meet me yet, but I pray for them all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I pray for them all the time. But she did say that she was so thankful that I was doing well. So that gave me some comfort
Mm-hmm.
and all of
Yes.
that. Um, but it's a lot of emotions and it's a lot to deal with every day. And it's a lot that I don't talk about. But I try to live and be happy and do right in honor of her.
Yes,
Um,
ma'am.
so, that is a big part of it too. Why waste this long when someone was so thoughtful, and wanted to do that for someone else, you know.
Now, Miss Shawn, if you don't mind my saying, using that example is something that I've learned over all these years of living. Once I accepted it, it made my life so much more easier and happy and comfortable. And in lieu of your statement, you talking about the young lady whose lung you received. I'm not wishing it upon myself, and I'm not eager for it, but I understand something about this life right here we living in.
Mm-hmm.
I live a life knowing, ready and prepared, that my whole purpose for existing might be to be somebody else's blessing.
Right.
Once I understood that, the stars and the moon start lining up.
Mm-hmm.
Everything started making sense. Life got a little bit easier for me. And I'm not telling everybody to see it that way. I'm just telling y'all my truth and my conclusion. So come what may, but at the end of it all is well.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what tomorrow gonna bring. I don't know what next week gonna bring, or next month, or next year.
Right.
But a little part of me fully understand and know that all is well. And like you said, it come with a whole heap of emotion.
Yeah.
It come with a whole lot of a whole lot. And you got to be one of the strongest doggone people I'd have never met, baby. Because when you talk about having to fight, you can have all the muscles in the world. You can be 6'6", 400 pounds of just that ain't what strong is all the time.
Right.
I've waken up two worst pains I've never felt in my life. Broken bones and waking up from a doggone surgery.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't never. I asked them. I was still loopy. I said, "Say, am I supposed to be? Didn't y'all give me something?" I ain't never felt no pain like that in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I had, you could say, projectiles, if you will, in my leg, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Stuff needed to be removed and cauterized and all of that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
My goodness. So I can't imagine surgery after surgery after surgery, and then that boy, I'm telling you, I'm surprised I'm still doing good as I'm doing. Because when that's some of the people you that love you the most don't never want to hear you say, because they know what it means. I'm tired. Them two words.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm like, great, you better get untied and get to
you better get untied and get after it.
I need you here.
That's right.
Hey, well, I'm gonna respond to what Ghetto said, and
go ahead. Where is it? I'll put it on the screen. Right? Is it this one?
Oh, I read it already, but I was just responding to what he said.
Okay.
And she used to get upset with me when I would say this, but we'd be laying in the bed and she's going through, whatever she's going through, and I would just, like put my hand on her back, and I would just pray that God would take whatever she's going through and put it in me, because and we're talking about when we actually, before the whole transplant thing, when we were thinking, she doesn't have long to live, and my thing was, and like I said, she'd get angry. I'm like, I would rather go, first, because my daughters need her more than they need me. And that was just how I looked at it. I'm like,
right.
I give up my life or whatever, just to make sure that she's here, to make sure they're good. And I tell her even now, one thing, the hardest thing for me would be having to make that call if something happens to her, calling up my daughters, and I know, that would tear them apart. And I tell all the time, I said, if, somebody had to go, I'd rather I go first,
Right.
I'd rather go first. So I'd rather whatever she's going through, you put it in me or whatever, and I just take whatever.
I understand, bro.
And then on the opposite end of that, for me, it was, I felt guilty because I felt like I had paused his life, literally put his life on hold. You didn't sign up for this. I felt bad that literally from 2005 to 2013, we barely could do anything or go anywhere.
Right.
And to be honest with you, it affects everything relationship wise. No one understands that. You can't breathe, you can barely do anything. And I would tell him, if you're unhappy, you can go. I give you permission to walk away and not feel guilty. I felt like it would unburden me, because I didn't want him to continuously feel like he had to be there for me. And I don't, to backtrack a little bit, we've been together since I was 15 and he was 17.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, we met in high school.
In high school, sweethearts.
Yeah.
And now y'all in y'all late 20s, early 30s. How that feel? How that feel?
All the young
we
grade.
Yeah. Early, yeah.
Look, lost a little bit right here. Ask Billy about that. Billy know about losing all his hair together. He wants jokes.
But we've been together. We've been married for 32 years, together for 34. And it's like he becomes a part of my soul. It is one of those things where even if you have an argument and you say, I don't want to be with you anymore, you still can't imagine life without this person.
Right.
She do me like that all the time. Yes, ma'am. Miss Sean, I wouldn't sit up. I'm telling you, she every night she'd say stuff to me like that and just treat me so bad. And I'd be like, "Sweet pea, I love you," and she'd be like, well, "I don't care, I don't even know it." And then I'd be like, "Well, I love you, baby." And then she'll be like, "Well, prove it. Go cook something." And
well, you could. At least you could.
Yeah, at least you're gonna cook something. Because if I had to prove it by cooking, I guess I don't love her. I'll cook some.
Come on, Ray. 32 years, and I think he's made breakfast maybe 4 times.
Yeah.
Oh, Ray, you got to do better. You gonna have to get this woman some Jimmy Deans and a couple of eggs and some toast together. Do it next weekend. Next weekend, Saturday. Just say, baby, it's all about you. I'm gonna make you breakfast this go round, and let her kick back and put her feet up and watch reruns of the Jeffersons.
Have some backup breakfast.
Must be a bad connection over there in Africa, because I ain't hear a damn thing you said.
See, that's how it is. You better be glad I love you, Ray. That's why I don't want food with you.
But we've been together for so long. I can't imagine. I really can't imagine life without him. But I was willing to let him go because I loved him enough to let him go.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Oh, we understand. That is love. That is love. We've been together for 22 now, and it's
we ain't lying up here.
Whatever. I keep staying and she keep keeping. So evidently we both doing
but
something right.
That's part of it. Let me tell you, we've been through some things, and especially in our 20s. We got married when I was 18 and he was 20. Mm-hmm. We had our first child when I was 19. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so you don't know yourself at that age much.
Right. Facts.
Shoot.
Facts.
And yeah, you know that, right? Yeah. So we've been through some stuff, but was it all worth it? And would I do it all again? Yes, I would, because he became the person that I needed him to be. If this had happened to me when we were in our 20s, he would have been out the door immediately. But God knew what I needed, and he knew what he needed, and when it was going to happen. So it was a blessing. Everything has been a blessing. Even the bad stuff has been a blessing. And I've realized that. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Y'all just absolutely amazing.
Yeah, y'all are.
I mean, my goodness. It's just, mostly you, Ray.
We're going to get off here and start punching each other.
Yeah. I have to give it that look. Like, what the hell you say that for?
Bringing up our bad stuff.
No, but I told you, man, I'm like an open book.
Yeah.
There's nothing to hide because I feel as though what you go through, as long as you're being honest, can help somebody. It always can help someone. If you're sitting there, one of these people, that lie about what you've done or what you've been through or whatever, you're not helping nobody. You're not even helping yourself.
That part.
And Ray, we talked about that. I want to have that conversation in a different. We got to get back together, and have that conversation in a different live, because I ain't gonna bring that into it, because this here is just too beautiful. It's too beautiful. But I'm gonna say Ray is the type of dude that admit what he is, what he ain't, where he from. I can't help but respect that, because a whole lot of my circumstances I wish could have been different when I was younger. I ain't asked to be born where I was born, the way I was, with the resources afforded me, or none of that. But by the grace, I found a way to do, be, have better and more. And it's encouraging. It's encouraging to see other men share that sentiment. And I do mean men, because you got a whole bunch of grown children out here too. I've always said a big belief of mine is you have elders and you have olders. Olders is grown children. Elders can be wise at any age, and then they continue to build and grow up on that knowledge. Go ahead, Michelle.
I guess it's Ghetto. He asked me if I like sardines. I sure do.
Okay. Well, I was just finna say, because I don't see no sardines nowhere, and it's about that time, y'all.
I didn't get a chance to go run to the store and pick none up.
I can't. Well, you gonna have to sit. You know what? I ain't gonna keep y'all up here, because you ain't finna sit up here on Sardine Sunday and not eat no sardines with us. So, with that being said,
thank you so much for sharing your story.
Oh,
this is
no problem.
that we need to talk about. We have to talk about. They're difficult conversations, but we have to talk about them so people are aware and know when things are going on, instead of just sweeping things under the rug. And I just want to say to anybody, if you're thinking about being an organ donor, think about it seriously, and please consider it, because there's people like Ms. Sean, there's been recipients, and lots of people that have been able to live longer and healthier lives because of organ donation. So please, please, please consider it. And
I wanted to just say something really quickly. I know we didn't get to address a lot of the people up here.
Please.
But I just kind of wanted to let everyone know. I was reading along, and I thank everyone for their, well wishes, for praying, and for being inspired by what I had to say. I always say, if I can touch one person, that's all it takes, and then they can spread the word to someone else. And I hope that everyone considers becoming an organ donor. You can do it online if you need to, if you don't want to wait to go to DMV or wherever, and you can do it just at home. And if you want to change your mind, you can change your mind if you want to also. But
yes, ma'am.
Just understand that it does help. It really does.
Absolutely. Like and y'all don't leave just yet. Y'all don't leave.
But we're thanking everybody except for Billy. Billy. Yeah, we just toss Billy on out. We ain't think about Billy.
We just toss Billy out. I ought to do the same thing, because Billy threw me under the bus. I said, "What is this going on? Talking about Team April." I said, "Well, my goodness."
Yeah.
That's Erica doing. That's Erica doing.
Billy's a smart man.
Yeah, he is. I'm gonna say, what's up, Juan Perez? Ghetto still in here. Rashonda still in here. Miss D's Hollywood Garden. Everybody, we appreciate all of y'all. If y'all haven't shared this live out yet, please do so. We thank y'all. This has been an amazing story, and I'm gonna say, in addition to, before this lovely couple try to get out of here because they ain't got no sardines, I want to say, what you say, Ray?
Okay, so you gonna put us out?
Yeah, I'm just booting y'all out because you ain't got no sardines.
Oh man, that's messed up.
I don't think it's fair to boot me though.
Yeah, you know what, Ray? You scoot over about 3 feet.
Yeah, shoot, we rolling in this car together. We rolling out.
But
Yeah, what's wrong
really,
with you,
y'all,
girl?
family. Also, in addition to being an organ donor, um, uh, I've received triage care in my life, uh, and it's a lot. My mom received over 20 units of blood,
Mm.
and this was the first day. Internal bleeding is real.
Yeah.
Surgeries are I mean, they get commonplace. You have just because something is continually practiced and is typically common. Each and every one of us are so specifically individual when it comes down to things like transplants, like
Hmm.
uh,
Blood
it's a lot, family.
donation. Yeah.
I have a super rare blood type. I have one of the rarest. Uh, y'all, it's a little bit more complicated here in on the continent of Africa where we live currently in Tanzania. But back in the States, I am a huge advocate of donation
Hmm.
and
Blood donation.
of blood donation. And it's kind of one of those things like Ray and Miss Shawn was saying up here. Black folk got a long history with America and got a long history with the whole rest of the world. We really
Hmm.
got to look into how we choose to support and the reasons why we choose not to support because in spite of it all, you very well may be that one person that's saving somebody else's life.
Yep.
Hmm.
You very well could be that person. So
Hmm.
y'all please keep all of this in mind, keep
Yep.
all of this in consideration. Now before y'all jump on out of here, now did y'all see anything else in the chat that y'all wanted to respond to, or are there any questions that if y'all comfortable with it, if y'all comfortable
Oh,
with
if
it?
they want to, whatever they want to ask, we're fine. I'm just
Okay.
trying to look
Just
back.
let them they type it in.
Oh, you want
Oh,
them to
Tack,
type in?
Skillionaire, what's up, bro?
Hey, Zach.
Hey, Tack, how you
Yes.
doing? Welcome in.
We're
Yeah,
open
if
to
y'all got
whatever.
any questions,
Yes, whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
if y'all have any questions that are appropriate that Miss Shawn and or Ray may feel comfortable asking, because one of my questions, Miss Shawn, she went ahead and covered it. She went ahead
Mm-hmm.
and said it because it's no way you deal with something that involved and traumatic without it impacting your spouse or your loved one, even your children, because everybody's on edge. They want to see you better. They want to see you
Mm-hmm.
healed. They want to see you recovered. But at the same, and I can share this side of me. In addition to a full, at that time we had you might as well say a mandatory additional 10 hours a week. So I was working anywhere from 50 to between 50 and 60 hours a week. I would leave straight off of work and go straight to the hospice center.
Mm-hmm.
And my phone it just stayed right here. It was just like this because her state was in such a state. I just stayed waiting on phone calls. I waited staying on phone calls, and the one of the complicated parts of this is feeling like it's you don't want it to be a self-fulfilling prophecy because you want it to go the other way. But one day I got that phone call that I knew was coming. I finally got it. It's a lot psychologically to get yourself prepared for them.
Mm-hmm.
And just to see y'all, first, you, Miss Shawn, still doing good, thriving, 10-year plus celebration. And then you got this one sitting over here beside you, boy. It's just beautiful.
Yeah.
Rashonda had a question. She said, "My
Yeah.
question is, did or did she belong to any support groups that has been through what she has?"
Yes. Initially, I was. I will say this though, I had to back out of those. And I say that because it was a little depressing for me. Going and then this week you'd have someone sitting next to you. And then the next week you'd hear that they passed away, or hearing the stories about how someone didn't do so well. So I noticed that I was bringing it home and not able to process it that well. I tend to really hold on um, to things, and it was making me feel worse. So I
Right.
had to stop going for a while because it wasn't good for me. Now, I'm not saying it's not a good thing for anyone, but for me,
Mhm.
it wasn't helping me. I had to surround myself with more positivity in order to be able to push through what I was dealing with at the time.
Right. Wow. Anybody else got any questions? Let me see. I'm gonna go back up and see if we missed anything.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. I was trying to.
And
Um,
Rashonda has quite a story herself now.
Rashonda does. I was hoping she would be in here so
Yeah,
she could be a part of the discussion as well. But Rashonda has an amazing story.
yeah. Once you
Um,
start, go
I would
ahead, baby.
definitely check out Sunshine to Sunset with Rashonda, and you can hear about her story.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's a uh, survived, I believe, multiple aneurysms,
Hmm.
as
Wow.
well as a cancer diagnosis that it,
Right. No cancer detected so far, but she still has a little while before she gets the final
Right.
clear.
The final clearance.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
we need to keep her in prayer for sure.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Before y'all see, you keep Miss Sean, quit making me ask you questions when y'all
Oh,
trying to go.
no, go ahead. Go ahead. I'll make them go. They want you to leave.
But
He's sliding a
that's
little
looking right.
Come on back. He's crying, y'all. Come
Ray,
back.
get back over
Come
there. We
back.
still see your shoulder, man. You ain't going nowhere. Uh, I was just gonna say, the people believe differently. I'm not particularly religious, but I do have a profound relationship with God. Uh, with that being said, just last question. I promise we're gonna leave y'all alone.
Oh, it's okay.
What is it like, even through the moments of weakness, when you've been told one thing, but you know God can make something else happen,
Hmm.
can go another way. In those moments of, you said a lot today with heavy,
Yeah.
being denied, but then that end up being a blessing,
Hmm.
and then going through and still having the surgeries. I guess the last thing I really want to ask, because I can tell you a tough little cookie. You might be little. She little too. She little too, but you in that firecracker. You got a whole lot of, you got a
We
whole
little but mighty.
yeah,
Right. Right.
little but mighty. Now,
Uh-huh.
where do you just come? Hey, Nikki, how you doing? Everyday life of an OCD's chick.
Mm-mm. You can go through.
Where did you dig it up from? Where did you get the doggone strength? And now that's my last question. I'm gonna
Mm-mm.
leave you
Yeah.
alone.
I'm gonna tell you, and this would be another story for another time. But growing up, I had a lot of things that I had to deal with in growing through my years growing up,
Mm-hmm.
and had some issues. And when you go through things, it makes you stronger. And you start reaching back to some of those things. Like if he brought me through that, he can definitely bring me through this.
Mm-hmm.
Or if
Mhm.
I survive that, I can survive this.
Mm-hmm.
But the strength that I felt with this whole scenario was my kids. I
Mm-hmm.
say that all the time. If I did not have children, I would have given up long time ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was hard. It was difficult. But when you look your kids in the face every single day, and you can see the hurt and them yearning for you to be okay, you feel like
Right.
you
Mm-hmm.
owe them that. You owe them that. They didn't ask to be here. I brought them here,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
my goal was to raise them and to be there for them.
Right.
So, and especially with my youngest, she was there every single day. So when she would say to me that it would scare her to come home from school and not know if I was okay,
Mm-hmm.
um, she was thinking that I was not going to be around for certain things. And you start going, I have to do this. I have to. If I don't do it for myself, it has to be for them. And so I said, I would pray, and I had different scriptures written down that I would recite every single day. And it brought me through. And once I would read those
All
and
right.
I would pray, it took something off of me. It was like, okay, you can now get up tomorrow and proceed to do the next thing that you need to do. And that's just how I deal with it. Even now, I go through different procedures and I get different diagnoses. And like recently, I've had an acute rejection. I was dealing with the gallbladder surgery, the acute rejection, and then the bowel blockage all within a week and a half of each other.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
as much as I wanted to just scream, I said, okay, deal with one thing at a time.
That's it.
Yep.
That's
That's it.
all you can do. One thing at a time. God, bring me through this surgery for this gallbladder, and then I'll deal with the acute rejection. So 2 weeks later, I was on high dosages of prednisone again, while I was still healing from the gallbladder surgery, which steroids prevents you from healing fast.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's just there.
Ooh,
So you're
my
dealing
God.
with all of this. Then all of a
Yeah.
Mm.
sudden, I'm sick, bloated, don't know what's wrong. I go to the emergency room. Now I have a bowel blockage. We might have to go in you and do surgery again. And all of this is going through my head. But then I said, I've been through worse.
Amen.
Yeah.
I've been through worse. And what God promised me back then, He's still good for it now. So I have
Mm.
to allow Him to show me what He can do again. And then I
Yes,
can
ma'am.
tell somebody else about it. And then I'll help them through the same situation.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the things that helps me to stay strong and to get through what I need to get through. We don't always talk about it. And he'll go, are you okay? I'm fine. But sometimes I'm saying a silent prayer, just so I can move forward. I'm praying for him because I want him to continue to be strong, but I still want him to take care of himself too. I don't want my
Right.
kids
Right.
sitting somewhere worrying about me. I want them to live their life without worrying about me all the time. So you're
Right.
Right.
constantly in prayer, constantly. And I just hold on to strength from that.
That's all right.
Amen.
I thank you.
Woo.
Whoo, child. Yo,
Mhm.
man. And the crazy thing is, it's Sunday too.
It is.
It's Sardine Sunday. I wasn't
We
looking
having
for this.
church.
We having
Yeah.
church up in here.
Ghetto asked if you could share one of the scriptures. He said he needs another one to help with his days.
Oh,
So
yeah.
could you share
Look,
one?
let me see here. I keep them in my phone.
Okay.
Psalms was one of my biggest chapters in the book, and it really helped me. And one of my good girlfriends, her mom, had given me the one scripture that I read all the time was Psalms 91, and it it showed you what God could do.
Mm-hmm.
I would read it and I would recite it to myself, and I would constantly go through, and I would always say, with other scriptures, by his stripes I am healed, by his stripes I am healed. That was one of the things that I would repeat to myself constantly all the time. Even when I was on the table about to go under for the surgery, I kept saying, by his stripes I am healed. And I know he's going to bring me through. I know he's going to bring me through. And so you always have to keep reminding yourself of these things. I have several of them upstairs that I've in my Bible that I have tucked in there that I go to when I'm feeling kind of down and
Mm-hmm.
not myself. Um, and they help me. And I can always share more with him if he needed them. But it's a lot of scriptures that were given to me from different people, and they said, you need this, you need that one, read this one, so you would go through and you would read, and then you would find the one that would most resonate with you,
Mm-hmm.
um, to help bring you through. And for me, even now, I still have to remind myself of certain scriptures that I've read and put into my spirit and said, Sean, you need to remind yourself of that. It might be an off day, things might not be going right, but go back to what God promised you back in 2012 and 13 and 14 and 15. You just have to keep saying, remember when you were here? Look at what he did there. He's going to do it here too. And that's just how I am with everything.
Yes,
Everything.
that I I still stand. I stand humble.
Yeah.
I stand humble, young lady. Uh,
Hmm.
and then to get through that. Most in many cases, I ain't gonna say in many. I'm gonna say from my observation. Uh, it's a few things that really can't nothing test folk like this. Now, money, folk get into it over money all the time. That's very commonplace.
Mhm.
But the loss of a child and a critical condition, baby, I don't. It ain't too much beyond those two things that I done seen that really, really hold people feet to the fire when it comes to love, commitment, marriage, dedication, and for you to be the lovely woman that you are and have this one over here sitting beside you. I just, I Ray, what you looking at?
The
He's reading the
chat.
chat.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Miss Shawn, it has been a pleasure to meet you.
Yes, it has.
Ray, I guess you all right. Next time you come up here, you come up here with some sardine and eat
I
it.
go buy a whole bunch of them tomorrow.
Okay, we'll see, we'll see. But Miss Shawn, you done almost you tried. You almost made me take my soul to the laundromat sitting up here, and this folk in the chat. She did. She
you
almost
are,
got me.
you've been a blessing to me. So I know you lost your mom, and I can tell that really. I haven't lost a parent, so I can't. I always say I haven't been through that yet, um, but I can only imagine what that is. That's like.
Oh, I'm
Um,
still not over it. I'm still. Man,
yeah.
I do better. I get a little bit stronger every day. But I lost my mama and my brother 8 months apart in
Oh wow.
2020.
Mm,
I'm still not okay. I will never. That old me feel like another life ago. Only reason I still got my sanity is because of this one right here.
mhm,
Some meditation, some prayer, some fresh country African air, and knowing that there's a possibility that everything can get and be and feel better. Outside of that,
mhm,
I've questioned myself. Why am I even still? What's the point?
mhm,
Not just because of those two, but those two were the two people that finally broke me.
mhm,
Um, I've been through a lot of things in my life and had a whole lot of interesting occupations, so to speak. And I always got over it. I always fought. I always kind of pushed it to the back. And uh, between my mom and my brother, stuff from half a decade ago,
mhm,
came down on me like a ton of. Ain't got nothing to do with neither one of them, but just that being strong, putting that chest out and chin up, and that best foot forward broke me down. And I'm still not 100%. I'm all right, but
mhm,
uh I didn't go through what you went through. How about that? I ain't it's not a comparison, it's a
mhm,
measurement and an acknowledgement of being strong enough to deal with everything that you deal with. And I know you've been a blessing to so many people
Yes.
on
I
this
hope
live
so.
in this chat, and we will converse again. We will
Yeah.
speak again.
And y'all
Uh,
have been a blessing to us too. I mean,
Mm.
really, we don't get to talk to couples too much about too many things.
Nah,
Yeah,
nah.
and because with me having with COVID having been out and stuff, so for the last 2.5 years, we've been kind of
yes, ma'am.
locked in
Yeah.
Understand.
and
Mhm.
careful about everything. So we haven't been able to just really have a good couples, you know, conversation too much or talk or whatever. So this was good for us.
Oh, thank you for that. It's been good for us as well.
Yes.
Well, we appreciate y'all. We look for. I would definitely be keeping in touch. And we will set up something later at y'all. You know, when y'all available, we can match times because you know we got this huge time difference. Y'all on the East Coast, so that helps. But we gonna work out all the details later. But I'm just really, really thankful for y'all. Grateful for y'all.
Yes.
We're gonna let y'all go and we're gonna get into these sardines real quick and get out of here because boy, y'all done tried to
I think people cutting onions in the other room.
Yeah, people
earlier.
cutting onions. Yeah. Got folks
Ghetto's been saying something. He was saying thank you at first at the
time.
Oh, okay. Sharing our story. Yeah. And it was really helpful to him. And now he's saying, am I ready to start traveling? Yes, I am.
Well, we were supposed to be in New Orleans for 2 weeks. What, on the 23rd? We were supposed to have
left on the 25th.
Well, 25th, 23rd, 25th, we were supposed to leave. But because of the issue that she had the week prior to that, we canceled it. So now we're looking at going to New Orleans in August now. You know, so it's, you know, just little complications come up or whatever and just slow our plans down. And like, you know what?
Right.
We'll make
just
it happen.
Delayed.
Just delayed.
That's it.
Yeah. And just delayed it. Honestly.
Looking at we appreciate
yes, ma'am.
Yes,
ma'am. And that's a good time to go because it started now. Hold on, you said August.
It's gonna be hot.
It's gonna be hot and humid. I don't know what I would think.
Yeah, it's hot and humid out there now.
They have a heat wave.
But in August, oh baby, like over here, you see, we got on. We kind of wrapped up a little bit because it's winter time over here, and we in the mountains, so it's actually cold right now. And it ain't no. I ain't seen no fireplaces yet in Africa except for about 3 of them. But anyway, man, this has absolutely been amazing.
Yes, beautiful.
We thank y'all so much, Miss Shawn, Ray, your beautiful wife. Thank you for encouraging her to come up on our live, share this story.
Yes.
Y'all, I'm telling you, man, whenever you think it ain't, this world will convince you otherwise. You might not see them all the time because they somewhere tucked away minding their own business. It's good folk out in this world, y'all.
Yes.
It's good folk out in this world. They just somewhere minding their own business. That's why you don't see them.
Yep.
But this family right here, y'all beautiful people. I think y'all daughter was in the check. She said mama. So, yeah, that was way back. It was way up.
Okay.
It's about 10 minutes back. It's way up in the top.
Okay.
But,
who was it?
But yes, thank y'all so much for being here.
Yes,
I appreciate y'all. We're gonna keep in touch. We'll contact y'all after this. And my goodness, just thank y'all so much. Everybody else, because Ray didn't get none.
Don't treat Ray like that.
I gotta be mean to Ray. Look at Ray, man. Ray a mean dude. He just mean. Look at him. I bet Ray the kind of man, he mean to everybody else except his wife.
That's how you are.
So
I'm not even going to respond.
I see. I was waiting.
No, he's not mean. He looks that way, but he's not.
He look mean to me. Okay, I'm gonna take your word for it.
Now his mouth is very direct and to the point.
And reckless.
But he's not mean.
That's what she said about me. I'm really, really shy. That's something I'm starting to come out of more and more. Yes, ma'am. Not being as shy as I used to be.
Sean, I know you ain't been around here long enough. You gonna figure out when he telling tales.
Anyway.
Shy.
Thank y'all so much. I am shy. Thank y'all so much. We love y'all. Hopefully this ain't the last Sardine Sunday. This is definitely not going to be the last conversation we have because I want to have another live just about this topic, this conversation, and a few other questions because He's the gentleman that he is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Ray got a lot of points and perspectives, and we want to give that opportunity to be shared as well.
Right.
We getting arguments every morning about my perspectives on certain things.
Well, hey, we gonna have an opportunity to share with whatever y'all comfortable with sharing.
Yeah.
And y'all, this will not be the last time that y'all see Ray Official and his lovely wife.
And Sean, if you ever want to talk healthcare and get something together, I would love that. That's my jam too. I was in healthcare too.
Okay.
Maybe Rashonda, and maybe we can put something together.
20 plus years, her whole life.
Exactly. That's no problem at all.
And I've been trying to get her to, do something for a while, because I keep telling the healthcare and just the voice alone.
Yes.
I mean, I got co-workers. I mean, these guys, one of them I want to cut up with a machete, because he's always talking about my wife. Oh, just till I said that. I'm like, yeah, you about to get your ass cut up. Shoot.
Well, she's a lovely woman. Now I see why people want to hear what she got to say, and I always talk about it. And then to make it through that come on, man.
Stop.
No, it's good. But Miss Sean, I'm being a little bit more dapper. First off, I'm a Southern gentleman for one. For two, Ray get over here and talk like this all the time.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Ray. Oh, you a snitch.
Ray don't care. He just did it. Ray,
snitching, Ray.
Ray a grown man. He get over here and talk like we at a football game out at the park or something. Sure do.
Well, I know how his mouth can be. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
like I always say, we're totally opposite, but we work well together.
Right, yeah. Right. I could tell you the angel in the situation, because this one over here,
Oh yeah.
Look at it. He ain't gonna say nothing.
That was my oldest one.
Our oldest daughter.
Yeah, Taj.
Yeah.
There she go. Yeah, she back in here. Hey, it's a pleasure to meet you, young lady. How you doing? Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, even if y'all want to talk relationships,
there's Mia.
Our youngest one was in there too.
Yeah, she just jumped in there too.
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome in. I spoke in Libra Crystal, Taj up in here. Boy, I tell you, that's all right. That's all right.
Yeah.
Hey, if y'all did not catch this live from beginning, please go catch it back from the beginning. This has been a blessing, an honor, and a treat, even though it got a little bit emotional.
Yeah.
Inspiring, a lot of bit of
knowledge and information that we all need to talk about.
I mean, even if y'all wanted to do a relationships talk or whatever, we're open.
Okay.
Definitely.
But we're not open.
I was finna say, Miss Sean. Hold on now. What y'all got going on over there?
Nothing. I'm talking about old stuff,
Oh, okay. I got you.
Hey, to me.
Y'all too young to talk about being old. But hey, family, we got to go get to these sardines.
Yeah, go eat your sardines, because I don't have none.
Yeah, next time, Ray, be ready. And but no, man, we do appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much.
Yep.
We will catch y'all on the flip. We'll reach out to y'all, connect after we finish up over here.
Okay.
Everybody else, stick around. Miss Cheryl Faulkner in here. You got Vienna sausage, or you got your sardines this week? Last week she brought some.
Our oldest daughter told us we should have Instacarted some sardines over here.
Yes.
They would have been there by now. That's right, Todd.
Sure would have.
Todd, you sure should have. Just got a whole place up.
No way.
Well, look here, man. Y'all take care, family. We love y'all.
You too.
Yeah, y'all.
Thank
Blessings to y'all and to the family.
All right, same here.
We're gonna be in the back watching.
All right, family.
All right.
Peace.
Bye.
Man, y'all,
look at that.
Was Ray Official and his wife, Sean. With an amazing testimony on this Sardine Sunday.
Man, had me about to take my whole soul to the laundromat, bro. Because I'm over here. With so much of what she said Well,
It
my
hit.
good, it hit.
Yep.
It hit.
Yep.
It hit. I mean, my God. And then the pool, I could only imagine mama saying that or having so much of the same things to say if she had made it to the other side, baby. It's my goodness. Yeah. Precious Pieces. What's up, family?
Hey, Nicole.
What's up, Nicole? Nicole. It is.
I remember.
You smell that too?
I do.
That's outdoors. That's out. Girl, we in Africa. Somebody burned or something. Yeah. Broke Farmer. What's good,
what's up,
bro?
Broke? Congratulations again.
On the 6K.
On the 6K.
My man Broke Farmer got that 6K.
I be up in there, Broke. It don't just be him.
That's true. Hey, who got their sardines ready, man? I'm finna drop this link.
Creations, Sam's living full life. Welcome in, everybody. Sunshine to sunset with Rashonda by the seashore. Hey, Pam.
I can't even remember that. That's your whole thing you made up just for Rashonda. I
love Rashonda. She loves me.
I know.
I gotta get back with her because I've been contemplating, but I ain't forgot.
Oh, nobody give a damn about old Jay over here.
Oh, stop it.
Wait, except for Eco Neighbor and I think
everybody loves you.
Vision Preparedness and
everybody
oh, by the way, I seen Tori come in here.
Hey,
Tori, what's up, Tori? Tori, if you still in here.
Neckbone TV tonight. It's Sunday.
It's Sunday, Neckbone TV tonight. That's what I had seen. Look here, y'all. I keep dropping this link because I'm gonna drop it and I'm gonna drop it and I'm gonna get y'all. Miss Cheryl
got some sardines. They want to come up and eat with us and tell us about them. And how are they? The flakiness, the texture.
Yeah, the consistency. Yeah, sure. and also look here, Miss Cheryl, because you've been rocking steady with that. Hey, Tamikia Wells, how you doing?
And Abina was in here. Hey,
Abina, yeah. Hold on, who farted? Thought he was about to say.
Who farted?
I'm looking at Ghetto. I was about to ask if you fought. No. Abina. Abina, is so dope to see Abina off in here, man. Major supporter. She always coming through for us, always showing love, and to see her in a live, which she rarely get to catch. Like that's what's dope.
Jason said I only got Kipper snack.
Jason,
Kipper. What's your Kipper?
Ew.
I like them, Jason.
Jason's got his
good taste.
He got his pinky out. Ew. Yeah. Hey, y'all share this live out before we get into these sardines. And y'all go, like, Ray really don't make content like that, but Ray a good brother. Ray, if you ever decide to start dropping content, y'all go over and subscribe to his channel anyway. So if he decide to make a short or a video or go live,
he already got
people already there. People already there, family. For shizzle, as the young folks say. Yes. Some folk do. I say for shizzle.
You do.
Miss Cheryl. Miss Cheryl, come up here and bust open them Vienna sauces. Go pour the juice off them first. Go pour the juice off of them and then be ready.
Cheryl and get on up here. Vienna's on lock.
On lock, son.
We eat Vienna too.
If we had some, we've been over here for almost 2 years. I done seen Vienna sauce twice. And I didn't know the game well enough to get to go on and get them all or buy a bunch of them. Boy, them Germans will come through and buy everything on the shelf. Like, oh yes, this is das Vienna sausage, yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna buy it, yeah. Well, man, who we got?
What's up, bro?
What's up, bro?
What's up? Hey, look, man, I'm in here trying to cook. I don't miss y'all whole goddamn live. When I popped on, hey, Ray Fisher said, "All right, man, I'll see y'all later." I was like, "Man, what?" I saw the notification, but I can't cook, so I'm in there. You know how you watching the videos and it looked super delicious, but it don't. Right. It was okay when I don't know. Look, dude, hey, first off, I don't have no sardines, but if I did, it'd be sardines and mustard sauce. But I don't have them currently.
I heard the mustard sauce pretty good. I just don't like tomato, man. I almost got some today because we gotta get them imported. And I seen some. I said, well, I might get. Baby was like, go on, give them a shot, man. It's been a while since you done tried them. and I started to, but I heard that mustard be bang. In fact, mustard and dill. Yeah,
That's the
I,
only
I
ones I ever ate, man. I, I mean,
Really?
I got these, bro. I'm getting
oh
into
you
these
fan,
tonight.
oh you fancy. Okay,
Are you talking about that little plastic? That little
that that
plastic on?
that plastic hit different. That 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 plastic
That's
say
what
I
I
make
was
about
telling
$5 more hour than you do, young sir. That's what that say. Cause the ones I got just in the little can with the little knob that you peel back and it's delicious. You
Oh,
know
I
what I'm
got some
saying?
of these. These from Good Eats, bro. Good Eats
Beach,
sent these over here from
beach,
Beach Clip.
Beach Clip is what I grew up on. That's the only sardine manufacturer I ever seen. I didn't know it was different sardines and plastic and going on. Them must be from California.
I don't know, bro, but they good. They working for me. What's up, Urban Gardening Chronicles? How them doing there? But you know, over here, man, so everything imported. Um, I gotta be honest. Now I might be being a little biased, a little funny. I get when they ship them in like these from Canada. I ain't got no problem with it. The ones that get shipped over here from Norway, from Sweden, I ain't got no
Ooh,
problem with it. But they got some that get shipped over from what we call the Middle East. I don't want no Middle East sardine. That water seemed a little too warm for me. To
but
me,
all right, but
I don't want. Go ahead.
let's put this out in the water for a minute. Now, you mean to tell me that sardines from different countries taste different?
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Oh
Jay,
yeah.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull your broke card officially, sir. You can never say you broke again, sir. Let's start there. If you tasting sardines from different country, young sir, you can never say you broke again. Never say that on your live no more. You
Broke.
what?
I'm broke. I'm broke. This the thing. Everything import like this right here. What were these? 8.5, 8.9.
8, 8, 9.
So in US, this was about almost $4. This is
Yeah.
about $3.60, 70 cents for this one pack. But
Bruh,
bro clutched
Oh
bro
no.
clutched his roll. He clutched his roll.
bruh, sardines is $1.29. And then, okay,
Oh,
Yeah, not
I'm gonna tell you how old I am, man. I'm gonna put myself out
import
there.
export. Import export. Go ahead. How first off, you young as hell, but go on and live. Go on and
No,
live.
I'm young old for the record. I'm young old for the record. Look, they was $1.29. You can get a whole sleeve of saltine cracker for 50 cents. Dude, you got a
Mm-hmm.
whole meal for under $2.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And you
Mm-hmm.
talking about these imported stick your pinky finger out when you peel the cap sardine. I never heard them like that, dog. What?
Hey, I'm just that's all I can get my hands on, man. I
That's
have to
it.
save for it. We got a whole sardine budget. And most of the stuff, I'm gonna tell you, most of like they gone now. Where, baby, can you reach them? I keep the cape. Speaking, where Jason at? Jason, what's up, Happy Mac? Jason
Hey,
supposed to
Happy
be
Mac.
coming in here. Now we on our, I think we going on our second month of Sardine Sundays because we took some time off. We went through these broke. These high dollar. These come
Ooh,
from my
King
Renaissance grandma.
Oscar. Man, I thought them was
King
cigars.
Oscar.
I thought bro, y'all are balling over there, man. What? King
Like
Oscar.
again, this my Renaissance grandma, bro. But these my favorite brand of
Those
sardines right here.
good.
These Brunswick. Brunswick go hard, bro.
How you get boneless sardine?
Because they fillet them and
What?
stack them. They fillet them and stack them, and ain't nothing gone but the bone, bro. It fire. Brunswick got to be my Brunswick and King Oscar got to be some of the best sardines out here. And then we got the Kipper snacks, which is actually a herring. You see, they lightly smoked
Lightly
fillets.
smoked. Hey, look, when you say that, go on put your finger out. When you
Let me
say it, go on
smoke
put
my
your
bank
finger out.
out real quick.
Just real
I'm
quick.
lightly smoked.
But
Oh,
no,
look who back here. Look who back here, bro. You ain't gonna believe it. The woman herself, the lady of the girl, you better get up here and enjoy yourself. What going on, Gina?
Gina.
Right.
What? Look at
I look
Gina.
a mess.
Oh, you
You don't
look
look no
different.
No,
mess. Girl, stop.
Look,
it's a
you
chill
look
day.
exotica. Is
I
that a
look
word?
what?
Is that a
I
word?
look
Exotica?
exotic.
He said
That's
exactly.
solid.
Yeah.
Hey, that'll be different, GG. That'll be different, GG.
Listen,
Hey, look, Jay. Before she came up here, I know she was in the mirror like this.
I was not.
You know she was. Girl, she talking about she look at me. You know she was like that, bro. Cause you could tell she got them braided back, baby. You could see. Oh, hold on. We'll put them back.
Wait a minute. Y'all think this a game? Y'all think what? Gee, what kind that is? Wait a minute,
Just
Jay.
water.
Jay,
What's up,
I've
bro?
never in my life eaten a sardine. Ever.
Wow. Gina finna get down
I
for
do got
Sardine Sunday.
the Franks on deck. Don't play.
There you go.
Yo.
There you go.
Hey man, my whole life has changed.
Hey, don't never test my brokenness.
And I got
Never
it in water.
test my brokenness, young sir.
All right, come on now, come through.
Hey, do y'all see right there in the mustard sauce?
Yeah.
All right.
In mustard sauce.
Mine is just
Hey,
mustard.
it's going down. Gina got hers, Broke got his. I'm gonna give a couple more minutes, man.
Oh, Jay, wait a minute.
Go
These
ahead.
chicken of the sea like the tuna. What?
Yeah, these
yeah.
are chicken of the sea too.
Yeah.
What?
Chicken of the Sea. That's a great brand. I never see them exported.
But you know
I
what?
ain't gonna lie, I'm nervous. That's why my jaw keep clenching. I'm nervous.
Nah, I got these for hard time when I think that when the pandemic was around.
Hey, good. It's good to have some backup bottled water and sardine.
Oh hell, I think these are expired.
Yes, that's what I need to cleanse my palate. I need some.
Hey,
Go on, eat them,
I
bro.
don't like those either.
You'll be all right.
You think I'll be all right?
I know you'll be all right. Ain't nothing wrong with them sardines.
They expired 2021.
Oh yeah, you good.
Right.
Now, yeah.
You
I don't
know
want
when
you.
you crack that can.
I don't know. I don't want you look around and be. I don't want broke boo-booing on themselves and be like, well, it was African dream.
Hey, I got it for the pandemic. I was like, dude, you know, everybody getting the chicken legs. Like, dude, all I need is a can of sardines. I'm from the project, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just left them in there
And canned chicken. I eat some in the pouches and can, but I've never had a sardine ever. My husband eats.
Gina ain't never had sardine, but she finna get down on this sardine Sunday. I
ain't say I'm gonna get down. We gonna try it.
I wonder if all mine expired.
I think you practice your prep.
Yeah, Urban said they fine. She said she eat canned food that's old.
Yeah.
I think when you open them, you'll know.
You would know when you crack it open if it don't look right and smell right.
Exactly. Because you have an expiration date and an expired date.
And stuff, they have stuff like this years old.
Yeah, that's true.
For real.
All right. Would I be too bougie if I want to got a fork?
Shh, man.
Nope, you got a fork over here.
Sir.
Sir. Absolutely.
Hell no, you gonna be too bougie. Man, if I thought this live couldn't get no better.
My napkins, my sardines, and my Frank.
Yeah.
You ready.
I was gonna bring. You know what? I might go get some vinegar because I know I saw Jay put vinegar on his.
Yeah, it's only if you wanted to. I mean, it's not a requirement, but it's it's a help. So when we get started,
crackers.
I wish we had some. You know, they don't have saltines over here. Yeah. Crackers help bring it together. The salt to the cracker and
Yeah, try with a cracker.
Oh no crackers over here. I'm raw dogging them. I mean, not. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. Bro said he going raw with them. Yeah.
All right. So what? How does it work now? Can I go ahead and start, or do I gotta wait?
Go ahead and start right now. All I ask, bro, is show the can everybody, tell them what it is, and you can go and dig in, bro. You ain't even got to pour the juice off of them. Just go and dig in there. So, bro, Yeah.
Sardines and mustard. Mustard. Look, I'm from the country. Mustard sauce.
Mustard.
Mustard.
I had just bought some crackers because I had a taste for some tuna. I made a big thing of
Hey,
tuna
look
fish.
at your rich self with them club cracker cost $7. You don't sit down
It
somewhere.
was,
Oh, that's them good
I ain't gonna lie,
crackers.
it was expensive. It was like $4.
Them high dollar.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh my God.
What's up?
Oh my God.
What's up?
What's up, Jason?
Hey, dude, they smell all right.
How's everybody
See,
doing?
I told you.
How you doing, Jason?
Oh, y'all done already opened y'all's?
No, Broke going first.
Jason, you doing? Okay. Oh, that's right. He got the, is it called kippers?
He got
or
the
nippers?
kippers.
What it called?
Yeah.
I
I
got
got
some
no
of these
kipper.
too.
They
That's
just
all I
sardines.
know. That's all.
I'm talking about
Everybody
Jason.
Oh, they
So we
good,
got
good.
these right here.
Oh, they
Everybody
good. They good.
See?
They good.
Tell
Gina.
Urban what's up. 2-year-old sardine.
Yeah. Gina, Jason.
Yeah.
Jason held his kippers up already.
I
Tell
saw.
everybody. Gina, show it. Have you already opened it?
No.
Okay, and tell them what it is. So you got chicken of the sea, wild caught sardine. Okay.
In water. Yep.
In water.
Just sardines in water.
Boy, it's been a while.
All right, y'all. I'm about to open it.
I'm still alive.
Yeah. So we got ours open. We finna dig into these joints right here. I ain't even pull the juice off of them. All off of them.
Why did it take me
I
back?
ain't bringing hot sauce back. You want?
I know it.
Yeah, get that hot sauce, baby.
Hey, Miss April Showers, welcome in.
They not bad.
I'm gonna taste it without hot sauce, y'all. I'm feeling some kind of way. Okay, I'm gonna taste. Oh God. Okay.
Gina, get
What?
yourself together. Get yourself together. Eat them sardines. Where you at? Where you from, Gina?
I know. She ain't never
hi.
ate none. Gina, try it. Come on, Gina. Okay, there it go. That little bitty pinch.
It's fish, Gina. If you ate tilapia, what's wrong with sardine?
It's fish. I don't.
It's fish.
I don't eat tilapia.
Fish.
That mess is nasty.
Jason, how you doing over there?
These things are good, man.
Man. I think what's offsetting is it looks like I'm just eating actual fish. I don't usually see my fish in the form that they are caught in, and that's
Swimming around in? Yeah.
She might want to try the kipper snacks though, because they're like more filleted and everything.
Yeah, the kippers are
kippers
nice.
go hard.
I don't like sardines like that, but the kippers are good.
Hey. Hey, I've never seen
What's up,
nobody
bro?
feed nobody sardine, man. I'm in amazement, my friend. I'm in amazement. And you got a lucky wife over there, dude. Lucky wife. I've never fed my wife sardine. Now, probably why she look at me like that now.
I like the smoke flavor in these.
Yeah.
Yeah, the smoke flavor. And what brand is that? Is that King
Brunswick.
Oscars or is it
They were Brunswick, and then I got some of these.
Brunswick.
I never tried these ones before. I don't know if y'all ever tried these. I've never tried them, but I'm gonna try them next time.
Them look high dollar.
Yeah,
Hey, look,
I be.
Jason, hit it again. I ain't never seen that brand right there, man.
Me either.
I'm gonna have to try to order some.
I'm gonna have to send you. I'm gonna have to send you some of these because I'm
All
gonna send you guys a
natural
care
smoke.
package.
Ooh. I want some of that.
Okay.
And look at Urban somebody, she heat hers up. Who heating up sardine, Urban?
Urban don't want them right out the can.
Oh man, they stink though.
The cracker does. The cracker does add an element.
Yeah. And you know what, Gina? Something I discovered, like in water, they hold like flakiness, but they tend to be a little bit dry tasting. In oil, if you get some in oil, man, that oil it hold up. You want that back? They slap a
thought
little
of
bit
it being
different.
in oil makes my stomach turn.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't even buy my tuna in oil.
Oh, you get the
Me neither.
BG.
I don't like my
Good.
tuna in oil. They real good,
Yeah, they
ain't
don't
they?
need no salt in it. They perfect. They
Mm-hmm.
Shannon's over here shaking her head and holding her nose.
Man, these
Yeah.
it does not
Everyone
smell good in here.
have a sardine.
No.
I saw the camera move, and I knew it had to be Shannon.
Hey, Shannon.
Hey, Shannon.
Hey, one day at work, I had this guy who was messing with me at work, and I took a can of smoked oysters, and after I ate most of them out of there, I stuck them underneath the seat and left them there for like 6 months. Oh, man,
Oh.
I smelled that work van.
Oh.
Oh.
I got him back.
Yeah. That's a bad day right there.
That summer
I
was
know that
hitting.
still stink. I know it was. I bet it still stink. You couldn't get that out of there. Shannon, where your turn at? You gotta take a
No. Shannon does not eat sardines or kippers. Disgusting.
That was me, Shannon, but I tried some, so I mean they're not bad.
Oh,
Not
but-
all of them, but
Shannon's real picky
they're
with her
not bad.
seafood. Shannon's real picky with her seafood. She likes seafood, but she's real picky with it.
I don't do mussels,
Yeah.
oysters, sardines, none of that. No.
Hey, boy, that brought me back.
I'm gonna try the mustard next. Not today.
I tried the mustard ones too.
I do have some that I bought for my husband in mustard. He
Okay.
likes the mustard and hot sauce. He likes those too.
I don't eat hot sauce, so I can't eat that.
Now I could see. I was.
I love hot sauce.
I was like, okay, bro, coming up, okay, bet. And then Jason was in the chat busting his chops, and then he came up. But the taker Gina versus Gina got up here on this particular Sardine Sunday and then bust open a can of sardine. Man, y'all, it's hope for the world.
Yeah, I know.
It is-
It's
Jason?
sardine
Man,
on camera.
Do y'all hear me
Nah.
well?
Yeah.
broke you done finished yours off already. Broke wasn't playing no
You ain't
game.
playing no game. You told him up.
I didn't know. Dude, when it's time to eat, I eat. Dude. But look, on top of that, right before I ate those, I had some leftover Popeye chicken and I cooked some patty pan squash. So
What's funny is I had just had an apple right before I got up here. I didn't think I was gonna be able to eat this.
apple,
Bro,
apple. That's
it was a big apple.
man. If you don't sit down and talking about you don't eat an apple, man, eat them sardines. Dude. Don't get on with that, man. Talking about you don't eat a dark apple.
Said she ate an apple.
I was serious too. Y'all stop. Don't
Dude,
laugh at them, kid.
look, man, dude. I eat apple like folk eat grape, man, dude. Apple, that ain't big food, Gina.
It is.
Over here, they're about $2 each.
I actually do spend for my apples because I like a good quality apple, even though they still crap in the store.
Dude,
Yeah.
one day I will grow my own apple. It seems like it'll never get there, but I don't.
Me too.
I'm trying, bro. It's orange harvest season over here, man, and it's
Ooh.
folks all along the side of the road everywhere. But oranges ain't orange like they is back in the States. They actually got like they somewhere between green and yellow. They really not. No fruit over here look like how it look in the grocery store in the
Really?
state.
I've tasted
Yeah.
green oranges, and they wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
They wasn't super sweet, but they wasn't that bad.
When they get ripe enough, they slap.
Yeah. Really
Jason, how you doing with them kippers over there?
I almost got him whooped. Almost got him whooped.
Okay.
I'm
And Shannon probably still standing there holding her nose.
They don't
Switching
smell
between
like
the
I
phone and my
expected
nose.
them to do. I thought they smelled really bad, but they don't.
No.
Yeah. It depends.
Some do.
It depends on the
Oh,
brand.
okay. 'Cause I was gonna say I really don't smell anything.
Yeah, it depends on the brand. And back in the day, they used to package them a little bit different than they do now. with all of the. It ain't even a whole bunch of unnecessary additives, but just the salt, the sodium, it kind of keep the smell down. Now the ones you get and y'all got some in water, or at least Gina's in water. Water the ones that's the banger. When they packed in oil and when they packed in brine, they don't smell as much. It
I
usually
don't
be
know.
the water.
Mine taste just like I remember back in the day, dude. That taste automatically came right back to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And dude, I got like 10 cans left. I might go and knock them out.
Look, I'm thinking I'm gonna try
bro,
a nice snack.
You got to save some for next week, man. Hopefully, if you get time, cause bro, you coming on later to
You're coming in a couple minutes, in about 15 minutes.
Oh, bet.
No.
This what we finna do.
You
what we finna do.
Shut up, bro.
I'm not. I'm not going live. I'm not going live today.
I thought I saw you were.
No, I got a premiere for a video.
Oh, that's a premiere.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just had it marked to remind me. I thought you was going live.
I don't need to don't come watch though. God damn. What? I shouldn't have said that.
I think we're gonna do a premiere video later today too.
What you say, Jason?
I don't think so.
Maybe tomorrow. Shanna's looking at me funny. So I think we're gonna have a range day video from the RTG meetup tomorrow.
Okay.
So keep eye out for that. It should be a lot of fun.
I like that first one y'all dropped from just walking through and seeing everybody who was there. I like that one.
I wish we would have remembered to go outside though and get the people that was outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when you in the moment, it's hard to remember everything to try to do, and you look back at it and it's like, man, I wish I had did it. We still got to catch up on a bunch of stuff. We got to catch Gina live. I saw different stuff in pieces because we've been gone the last couple days. And on the way back, and in the hotel, we were good. But just out and about, once we got on the road heading back, coverage was spotted, phone was spotted. So we still playing catch up, but we definitely gonna catch everybody.
Yeah, I'm a little salty that you. First of all, when I saw your thumbnail, I'm like, how he get Ray? How he get Ray official? I'll talk to y'all later. But Ray, I've been looking for you. You called me on Fridays. You must have been busy, and that's all good. But I had saw something it's a serious conversation. I need to talk to you at one point, Ray. I'm looking for
Ray,
you, Ray.
You hear that?
It's not that serious.
Hey, Gina.
But
I feel like you so sophisticated, Gina. You about to go floss in a minute after eating these sardines.
I do feel like it's, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I am not that person.
I am.
I knew it. I knew it. Hey, one of y'all.
And I figured you must have seen me maybe messing with my tooth or my tongue or something. I don't know, but I do feel something.
Yeah. Jason, what you doing down there?
I'm gonna step back, but I'm glad that I got a chance to stop by and say hi. Much love to everyone, and everybody have a great day.
Hey man, I just gotta say it to you and Shanna. Thank you for coming up, brother. Thank you, Shanna, for being the camera woman. Thank y'all for participating, jumping in this Sardine Sunday. I hope this ain't the last time we see y'all. We appreciate everything y'all do to support the channel. Always, family. Always. So, salute. Take care, man.
Last time for sure.
All right, bro. All right, we'll holler.
Hey, Ray. Ray said he didn't hear what I said. I need to talk to you. Okay, so
tell him again.
Let me just tell you what my thing is. I saw a website. I want to know that if you have a website, I was sent something from your Facebook and I clicked on it and it took me to a website. RF, is that you? If so, we need to talk. Okay, that's it.
Is it about squirrel?
No, it's about firearms.
Oh yeah, it's right. Yeah, it's about firearms. Yeah.
I just want to make sure it's his and it's not going, so that's
right. Right.
Look, all right, I've enjoyed the sardines with y'all. I'm gonna step down.
That's right.
Hold on, man. How many more minutes we got before? Cause
for the premiere.
About 14.
About 14.
You going at 3:05 premiere? About 14 minutes.
Okay. Okay. Well, we gonna hang on. Y'all, yeah, I broke. I know you gotta go get ready to do whatever you gotta do. Even if we
You gotta
just sit
get
up
ready
here
to
and
be in
bust
that
out.
chat. You better show up. We gonna be talking
That's
to you.
right. Hey, we is gonna yeah, bro. You better be in that chat, talk saying hey to everybody. You better get in there and say hey everybody and all that good stuff. Look here, we gonna keep it going until broke premiere drop
13 minutes.
13 minutes. So we gonna go another 13 minutes, and as soon as broke go live, then hopefully
Everybody go over
every,
there.
Yeah.
everybody who in here, everybody
Keep it
who in here,
going, keep it
slide on
going.
over, keep it going, keep it going.
Slide
So
on
look,
over here.
yeah,
That's
how that pawpaw tree doing?
all right. I got 2 new leaves on it. It's still
That's
alive.
what's
It's
up.
still
Bro,
alive.
let,
No, dude.
let me be up here acting like this is my channel. Before you leave out, drop that hashtag BCIAC in the chat so people who don't
Yeah.
follow you already, because I see some new names in the chat. They can
Yes,
come on over and see the premiere.
Well, don't threaten me
and
with a good time.
and first off, Gina, you already know you at home when you hear family, and while you talking, you do the same thing. Anybody, we got new people in here, Precious
Oh,
I
Pieces.
do
There's a
see
whole
some
lot of
new
people.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, y'all check out Gina versus Gina. Go on and drop that hashtag BCIAC in the chat. What's up, John
Hey,
74?
John.
John, man, I gotta put this up here. I ain't even know John was in here, and he gonna come in like this. Said, slap that like button too. That's what I'm talking
That's
about.
right.
A lot of
shit.
people don't do it because they don't be thinking about it. Sometimes I need to be reminded.
Right.
I get caught up in the conversation. First thing I do is I try to hit the like button, but sometimes I'll be watching 2 or 3 of y'all or listening to 2 or 3 of y'all or whatever at a time. I'm like, man, let
You
me.
gotta get in the habit of going
I
in.
always go back and check because I be
Yeah.
worried that I forgot to do it. So I always
Yep.
go back and check. But yeah, most times I catch it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Broke, you finna say something. What were you gonna say, bro?
I don't know. These sardines are delicious. They are doing a cha-cha slide on my tongue right now. That was delicious.
He's
Hey,
gonna
Really.
get some more.
he
That's why
thinking
he wanna
about
get
it.
off of here.
That's why he wanna get. He's gonna go bust open another can. I
Big
tell you,
facts.
hey,
Big.
you know you that guy when you done devour some Popeye's chicken
Mm-hmm.
and some sardines in the same day, in the same after evening. Well, it's morning for y'all over there, ain't it?
No, it's afternoon.
Nice afternoon.
Okay.
But
10 off in here. She done dropped hers. Urban Gardening Chronicles. Y'all drop, man, all the new people in here. We want to say welcome, y'all. Thank y'all
Yes,
for being
welcome,
in here.
y'all.
Thank y'all for catching this week's episode of Friday Fave.
Today, Friday.
What they? Oh damn, sardines! Damn, I just ate some sardines. Hey, y'all keep living. Keep living. Wait till y'all get my age. Wait till y'all get my age. You'll see. Sometimes,
It's because we had guests.
your mind. Yeah, it's because we had guests and stuff. And by the way, man, thank you again to Miss Sean and to Ray Official. Look
Yes.
here, y'all. That was an amazing.
Amazing live. Amazing live. I thoroughly enjoyed her story. My mom's story is very similar to your story, Jay, for your mom. She had COPD. And so I definitely know, and listen, just know the onion cutting was happening over here too.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like goodness, like the hearing the I'm tired.
Yep.
Like, woo, child, that one still does something to me. I'm trying not to misty thinking about it, but that hearing that and knowing there's nothing you can do.
Right.
Yep.
That's tough. It's tough. No matter who it's coming from. You know, just somebody being tired, you can see the exhaustion, you know you can't feel what they're going through, but knowing that you can't fix it. Right. I think I'm a fixer, like the type of person who tries to always figure out how to fix things. And when you realize that you can't,
ooh.
Yeah. And with that, it was one point where Ray said, when Ray was talking, he said he just put his hand on it and asked God, just give it to me, even if for a little. I remember I came in my mama's room one day. She was asleep because she had just got back from dialysis and she was tired. She was wore out. And normally it's like she could feel me. She'll wake up. But this particular time, I just sat down beside her, and it was a Thursday because it was a Seahawks game on. And normally she had dialysis in the morning, but she had it in the evening because they had, for whatever reason, they had to change stuff, get her in there. And I remember just putting my hand on her, and I said that exact same prayer. I said, God, I'm younger, I'm stronger. I don't know what it feels like, but give me half of it. You know what I'm saying? Give me some of it. So she ain't gotta carry this by herself. And that's when if you ever, it's humbling. I say that.
Yeah.
It's real humbling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ghetto done dropped here. Hey Martika, how
Hey,
you doing?
Martika, welcome in.
Welcome
Hey,
in. Martika, we all get ready to go over the broke here in a minute now. Let me
Hey,
yeah.
It's 10 to
I'm
oh
finna,
bet. Okay. Hey y'all,
What
it's
you about
pinned
to
to the
say?
chat.
who?
Broke was about to say something.
No,
Go
I'm
ahead,
finna,
bro.
I'm finna leave StreamYard to go to the chat so I can put
Okay.
hashtag. Is it hashtag?
Yeah.
Hashtag
Hashtag.
BCIAC.
All right,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna head over there. I see y'all. I appreciate all the love, man. Hey, Gina, get your life together. Eat sardine, man. What you doing? Don't put them on club crackers. Get them regular zest crackers in the saltines in the red box. Zest crackers.
They ain't
Can't go
got
wrong.
that flavor like the clubs do.
I'll be happy with some clubs.
Yeah.
You ain't
Oh,
finna
really?
find no saltines over here at
Mm-mm.
all. All they come from the UK, and the UK don't make saltine. Man, I'll fight you and everybody in your house for some great value for just a regular box of great value saltine crackers. They don't even make. But hey, bro, I know you gotta go, bro. Go on and drop your hashtag, and everybody else. Broke's link is pinned to the chat. We got about 6 more minutes, and then we all finna dip over there and catch this premiere. My brother, I appreciate you, fam.
Yeah, 6.
Peace.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. Gina, what you doing? Is that water or is that
It is.
vodka in there?
Not vodka. No, water. Listen, I'm a chump when it comes to alcohol. That y'all ain't listen.
Me too, girl. Me too. I do a lot of
That's
stuff.
my comment earlier when you
What
said
happened?
you were saying something. I don't remember what you had said that was untruth, but you went.
Oh, I saw
I
that.
always be like, "I love you, sweet pea." As soon as he
Sweet
say,
pea.
y'all,
I
I saw that.
I
Oh,
love
oh,
you,
Gina.
sweet pea. You already
Mhm.
know. Everything that was
Wow.
said prior to that is untrue.
Thank you, Gina. Thank you so much.
Wow.
Vindication.
I saw that. And I wasn't gonna say that about it. Sweet Pea, I love you.
Now that part is not untruth, y'all. It's the stuff he say, and then he'd be like, "But I be like."
Yeah.
Whatever. I saw that in her, Gina. I wasn't gonna say nothing about it. Man, we really do thank all of y'all for being here. I see the educated natural still in here. I just really wish
Here you go.
I know.
that she having a. What I was just gonna say, I really wish, I hope that 10, our friend, the educated natural, has an amazing Sunday.
I hope the same.
Period.
Yeah.
Is that a period at the end of
Period.
that? Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I just need to know. She look. I was just about to say my hands ain't in none of this 10. She said, "Don't start no static."
My goodness. Boy, y'all show.
Tina said, "Don't start no static, Jay."
I see. Y'all show got low expectations for me, boy. I
Listen,
can't.
Ghetto and Skilly, this was if seriously, if you did not catch this from the beginning, re-watch this live
Yeah.
and still share it
Thank you,
out.
Gina.
You ain't got to share it out while it's live. You can share it out when it's after the live ends. This was a really good live. Um, that's Everybody has a story. We all have one. And when you are
Mm-hmm.
not afraid to share that story, you have no idea who your story may touch. When you
Absolutely.
don't
For
know,
sure.
just as Michonne spoke on, and I love her name. That's one of my favorite characters on The Walking Dead, by the way.
Miss Sean, yeah, yeah.
But when she spoke on being in the doctor's office and not being sure what she wanted to do yet, and people
Mm-hmm.
just talking to her and saying, I'm this many years out, I'm that many years out. Had they not shared their testimony, she still
Exactly.
wouldn't have been sure of what she wanted to do.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yep.
You
Yep.
know,
Yep.
sometimes, I know a lot of times we like to we are I don't want to say, there is a little fear in sharing your story because the fear is in judgment,
Mm-hmm.
but you can't worry about that. Like, nobody can judge what you're going through or your decisions that you make. Have we all made some decisions that we would make differently if we had the opportunity? Possibly.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's also, I feel like, for me, has made me the person I am today. Like, I would not change them because they have made me the person I am today. I have grown from it.
Absolutely.
The thing
Right.
is to grow, have growth from those things and learn and use them to pivot and make better choices in your life. You can make some bad
Mm-hmm.
choices. That just comes with being a person.
A person, a human.
But
Facts. Facts.
don't be so afraid to share your story, because, like I said, you probably need someone that can share a story that can bless you and let you know you're not alone, just as well as somebody else could.
Right.
Yeah. All
Absolutely.
truth, sister. All truth. And
Yeah.
without trials, if you a person who believes in God, without trials, you will never know what God can bring you through.
Mm-hmm.
And
Absolutely.
when you get on the other side of that, or even when you're going through, by telling other people that this is what I'm either going through or this is what
Mhm.
I've been through, that
Mhm.
might be the deciding factor on a life
Mm-hmm.
changing or life altering decision. And when she
Mhm.
said that, well, she said so much stuff. She said so much
She
stuff,
did. She did.
but
It was a great live.
it
I'm
was,
so glad y'all did it. It was great.
and we weren't looking for it. Me and Ray just started chopping it up, and the conversation progressed and went on to other stuff. And it's like, bro, we got to talk about this. We doing
Mhm.
Sardine Sunday tomorrow. Like, all of this was it just
Yeah.
when stuff happened organically, it just happened.
That
Y'all,
look, Jay, that's just another, it was meant to be. It was meant to happen that way.
Yes.
yes, ma'am.
It was
No
meant to
doubt.
happen.
No doubt.
Mhm.
No doubt. It all it is. I hope this whole conversation bless somebody. And I think it's people coming in over there already. I'm waiting for it to
Over
kick
at
off.
Broke.
Yeah, over at
Mhm.
Broke. Gina, you
Mhm.
stick around for just a second if you got time.
Hi,
I
Drina.
do.
Drina's Haven. Welcome in.
Oh yeah, I didn't. Hey, Drina,
Welcome.
welcome
Hey,
in. You better get in
Trina.
here and enjoy yourself. John 74 said he was trying to come up, but if yeah, John, man, make sure you catch us next Sunday, bro.
Hey,
He just
Resilient
went
Dad. I thought he was
live.
here
Mm.
earlier. He was talking. Hey, Resilient
I mean,
Dad.
it just
Yeah, he was
started.
in here early.
He said he's gonna step in and eat some sardines on Ray's behalf. Very
Ah,
enlightening and beautiful testimony.
Yeah,
Yeah,
buddy.
it was.
Yeah,
It
it
was a great
was.
conversation.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Uh,
Okay, we counting down the
oh,
broke.
Drina, yeah, we count down the broke, a minute 33. And this is
mhm.
what I was gonna say. Drina reminded me of what I was gonna say, and I'm a huge believer in this. This is my personal opinion. I'm not telling y'all to do this or live this way or see the world this way. It's very possible that your whole existence could be somebody else's lesson. or somebody else's blessing. You wonder why you go through what you go through, why this ain't working for you. You know you a good person. You ain't did nothing wrong. You living right by the creator. You living right by your spouse or your boyfriend or girlfriend. You go to work, mind your business, but you can't seem to catch a break. And then on top of that, something seemingly horrible happened to you. You might be that example or that lesson that person need, because whether we like it or not, we all connected in some way, shape, form, or fashion. We are all intertwined. We're more than what we just see with these two things right here.
Yep.
It's so much deeper than that, family.
Yep. You can learn from anybody. Sometimes what you learn is what not to do, but you can learn from anybody.
Listen, yes.
Facts.
Facts.
Hey, y'all, we 9 seconds away. Y'all, let everybody.
Slide on over to bro.
Let's go. Let's slide on over.
The Premier's pinned to the chat. Y'all can click on that.
Just click the link at the top. Click the link at the top. Please head on over there.
Yes.
Gina, you stick around. And until the next time, I want everybody to hit this. Now, y'all hit this link. Y'all hit this link. Okay, hit 26 deeper. Yeah. Tell them African Dream is sent you when you get over there, family.
It's a raid.
It's an African Dream and raid, baby. Yes. So with that being said, until the next time we see y'all and y'all see us, baby, what you gonna be doing?
I'm gonna be doing what you doing.
And I'm gonna be doing what she doing. And we gonna be over here being country in another country. Peace. We'll holler.